Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I have relinquished my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must stop this
Friendly.
dirty alliance.
What is going on, you beautiful people of the internet? We are back with episode 8 of the Friendly Alliance. We are long overdue, so sorry for the delay. But we are back with Googie again as our special guest. There's going to be a quick introduction today because we've obviously met Googie before we know about him. So do you want to say, hey Googie, what's going on?
Hey everyone, what's going on? Hope
Uh,
everyone's well.
Not literal, not literal.
and with me as always is Gilbagz in the middle. What's going on, man?
What's up, people?
Just on your phone, it's fine.
Well,
And
nothing's happening yet.
at the top we got Spruce Moose. What's going on, Vlad?
Hello.
That's better.
All right, so we've got. It's been almost a month
Uh,
since our last episode, so a lot has happened. So we're going to run through a few things very, very quickly. But the main point of getting Googie on here today is because I wanted to get some of his thoughts and stories and stuff about his time in the US, comparing their scene to ours, whether that be through the events themselves or in his discussions with players, their thoughts on the game and balance and all that stuff. Just anything that he picked up from the US scene while he was there. As well as that, we're going to very quickly touch on the last YSB, which was what, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now. The recent,
More than that.
it would have been
It was
3 weeks, I think.
It was like the 10th of March.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
about a month. Yeah.
Yep. We'll also be quickly going through Expand Gong, which was Wollongong's first ever fighting game major, so that was a great event, and also quickly addressing last night's online tournament. So first, I don't think we need to really go through the results for last YSB. Googie, you went through some of this in your tournament, didn't you?
yep, absolutely, yes.
So YSB first, Saget came through with his first win at our Sydney local, so he was very, very happy with that. Playing Kung Lao. Second was myself with Piercing. Third was Gilbagz with Cryo. We'll just leave it at that. That was a fun day. We had
You
actually.
should mention me a little.
What?
What did you
What?
come? Equal
What
fifth
would you
with
come,
Taz?
fifth?
No, you beat Taz. You must
No,
have
yeah,
been
he came
fifth.
fifth. Yeah, he came fifth.
Fifth with
Castile
Arnold.
came fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
not bad, Vlad. Not bad, Vlad. You did well.
Thank you, bro.
You did well last night.
We can do
Coming
better.
back.
We do better offline than online. That's the main thing that matters. Uh, but before the tournament, I ran a gigantic Pokemon style team battle between two like 9 people teams, which was actually a lot of fun. So it was Team Castiel versus Team Saget, and Castiel brought that back with the win. We had a bunch of people play who had actually never even touched MK, which was good to see. So some new faces in the crowd willing to pop along, including some of my very own Wollongong people who came up for the first time for Street Fighter, which was nice. Um, Other notable stuff from that event, nothing much really. We've probably discussed it. Good tournament, good turnout. Considering we had no out of state interstaters, we still had like 20 something or 18.
25, 26. 26, 26.
26, are you kidding? Wow.
Yes.
So we
We
just
haven't,
had.
we haven't failed to break 20.
Wow. Wait, what did you just say?
Mm.
We haven't failed to break 20.
Oh, we haven't failed to break 20. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So all in all, good event YSB, followed by Expand Gong, which was the week or two after. So as I said, Wollongong's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it a week after?
2 weeks.
Oh, 2
Two
weeks.
or
Must
two,
have been-
two
it
weeks.
must
was
have
the
been
first
2
week of
weeks.
April.
It would have been 2 weeks for
weeks.
sure. It was last
Yeah.
week.
Yep.
Yeah. So
It was the 2nd of April, 2nd and 3rd of April.
Yeah.
So that was Wollongong's first fighting game major. So in Wollongong, which is where I'm from, we have somewhat of a small fighting game scene at our university. So at our like Monday night meets, it's mostly Smash players, but we have like probably a group of like 10 or so of us who play other stuff. So there's a bit of Street Fighter, trying to build on the Street Fighter scene, and there's a couple of us that play MK. So for this tournament, for this event, I really wanted to do my best, and all the guys wanted to do their best to bring down as many of the Sydney players as we could, because if it was just ourselves, it would have been like our Monday night turnout. So first and foremost, I want to thank each and every single person outside of Wollongong who came to that event, because it really, really made that event something incredibly fun. And despite a bit of confusion at the start, on the Sunday, the uni campus has a bunch of car parks, kind of easy to get lost. But despite that first like
Alright, yeah,
struggle to
goddamn.
get
That was
to
fun.
get equipment to the actual venue, we had a lot of good feedback. The venue is actually quite good. We use this huge area that's above like the main food court that has all this floor space. So it's probably like I don't know, two.
It's like
No, it's
twice as
might.
big as the Red Room. Twice
Yeah,
as big, three
it's
times as big.
in terms of floor space, 2 to 3 times as big as the Red Room. And each game kind of was able to have their own little section, which was nice.
So
Um,
basically, Smash was everywhere.
Smash was everywhere, and then MK and Street Fighter had our own little thing. So in terms of results for that, there was a unfortunately first first major tournament in Wollongong. Few hiccups happen. Uh, we weren't super prepared with the stream, and unfortunately, the stream that we used to record top four wasn't saving archives, and now we've lost that top four footage forever. And it was probably one of the best top fours I've seen out of the Australian scene, which is annoying to say, but it's very true. So in terms of results, that top four was Gilbagz taking it out. So very big congratulations to Gilbagz for taking out the first Wollongong major.
Winning, yeah. First non-YSB win.
Second was Arnold. So we had Arnold run it back from losers in the first set 3-2 in grand finals, and then Aaron run it back 3-2 again to take the grand finals. So that was a ridiculous set, to be honest. Um, in third, we had Saget playing Tempest. Did he play Buzzsaw at all in top four?
Yeah, he did, he did. Yeah, he ran
Against
Buzzsaw against me for the first
against
game.
you, yeah. And he should have used Buzzsaw against Katana, but you know,
Yeah, no, we all told him, but he didn't listen.
yeah,
But
whatever,
he knows now.
exactly. Like if that's what he felt like he needed to do on the day, then that's what he needed to do. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And in fourth, we had Taz, who I thought was going to be gutted by getting fourth, but he seemed happy with how he played, which is the main thing. And
Uh, he broke his fifth place curse.
yeah, and I mean like he takes a loss well, and I don't know, he's so hungry.
He's
Like
always sad when he loses. Yeah,
yeah,
he wants to win bad. He wants
oh
that. He wants
he
that.
wants it so bad, and I look forward to seeing him in the future take something out. But for now, he's got to hold it. And then I think equal fifth was myself and James. No,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
myself and James, and then maybe Ghost
Yep.
Police and Pepito in seventh.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Um, so that was a lot of fun. Do you have any other like feedback or anything, Aaron, from
Yeah, the
yourself
tournament,
or?
that tournament was sick, man. Like yeah, it was a major per se, right? But it's no interstater. Well, not interstaters, right? It was just the interstaters were basically the Sydney guys, if you would have like not interstater per se, but just the out of town people, right? But dude, with how it was run, if the next one, well, I'm assuming it's gonna be like a yearly thing, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
If it keeps it up, man, like we could actually. I think interstaters would be happy like with what they got like from coming to that tournament. Like it was fun as shit. Goddamn.
There was what was there? There was a whole bunch of interstaters for the Smash games.
All
Um,
right. Okay.
so there was people from like Queensland, Canberra. I mean, we had Andy, but that's one guy. Queensland,
Yeah.
Canberra. I think some of the Melbourne guys came up. There was from everywhere. So they got a good response from the Smash community because they have better
Yeah.
ties in the Smash community. But what I was
Yeah.
saying to them, and I think what was important about this event was if I could bring all you guys down and make sure you guys all had a fun time, then next year it won't be me on Facebook being like, fucking sign up, guys, please, for the love of
Yeah.
God,
No.
sign up. It'll be you guys like being happy to sign up and telling the other
Yeah.
people who've never been to come down.
Yeah.
So
So even Blake wanted to come down.
yeah, exactly. And
But
to be
Blake,
honest,
Blake was supposed to come play MK. It doesn't matter. It could be my house. He was still gonna come play. But like even still, like
Talking
that
about
could be a proper major, man.
Yeah, talking about hungry, that guy.
yeah,
That
yeah,
guy's definitely
him,
hungry.
him and
Right?
Taz, him and Taz.
Yeah,
Those
the
guys.
young guns, young guns.
Yeah.
Man, it's insane, like, seriously, man. Like that could be a potential another major. Like Wollongong, it's still Sydney, but it could be its own thing.
Yeah, and if the,
And dude, like you got button smash, but like uh,
Talking
I can't really
about
talk about it,
Queensland.
Yeah, what's up? Sorry, what's happening?
what'd you say, Goog?
Um,
Oh, is he still
Did he
here?
crash? Did he drop out? Oh, there he is.
Okay,
No, no,
am I good?
what
We all good?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah, talking about Queensland, I went to a Gold Coast event. It was primarily Street Fighter,
Yeah,
but yeah, they had a decent turnout, and there's a possibility that that's gonna become, Queensland's major. Well, I'm hoping it
oh
will
yeah,
be.
that'd be
Um,
sick.
yeah, because it has nothing to do with button smash, so that's one good thing, and it was run properly. I was really impressed with how it was run. Like
Yeah,
no complaints or anything like that. So big shout outs to the
yeah.
Gold Coast fighters.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
first place prize, first place prize, goddamn, yeah, was $400 for Colin. Holy shit, man! Like, how many entrants
Yeah.
were there for that tournament?
They had 40.
40, goddamn.
Didn't
Yeah.
Dejan or the Gold Coast FGC put in some pop bonus as well?
Uh, I don't believe
Or maybe
so.
I might have been thinking of something else. I've I just started listening to the last episode of
I don't
Joe.
even listen to this podcast.
Yeah, if I don't even listen to this podcast, and I'm probably thinking about a different event. Which just quickly, I just got to say that like I love those guys and thank you very much for the shout outs and the appreciation and love for our community. Anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah, yeah. It was a $20 entry.
Hmm.
Yeah,
We got free raffle tickets, and they had some pretty awesome prizes. I don't think that if they took money out of the pot, it wouldn't have been much at all. But yeah, so most of it went to the players, so it was really, really well run, and yeah.
It's
yeah.
good to hear.
Well, it's cool. It's two majors up on the horizon. You got
Yeah,
Expand Gong and
absolutely.
potentially what Dejan sets up. Actually,
Yep.
this is off topic, right? But is his name Dejan or Taj? Because I've seen Taj Guru and I've seen Dejan Static. I'm really confused.
I think Taj is his tag thing,
Well,
but Dayan's his normal name.
yeah, I think so. Harry's in the chat as well, so
You can
he
confirm
would
for
know.
us.
But
Yeah,
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 yeah.
so Harry, please
he's
tell us.
hungry for another major.
I was so confused,
Yeah.
man. I'm just like, I swear to God, his name is Dejan. I've been like thinking his name is Dejan for like the last year or so, and then suddenly he's been going by Taj Guru for the last, I don't know, few months. So like, oh man, confusion is real. It's mix-ups, 50-50s, goddamn.
Just,
Anyways,
just
yeah, so what's our next band gone? Oh yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say before we like I'll bring up the American stuff, but before we leave Expand Gong, we also need to add that we had a ridiculously entertaining Test Your Luck tournament straight
All right.
after the main event because we had time. We made like a 2 out of 3 single elimination Test Your Luck, which begrudgingly Aaron won again. I
Stay free to my Jason, guys. Stay
yeah,
free, man.
it was a free tournament
Actually,
and
wait.
go
I
on.
got
Yeah, there we
Taz.
go.
Are you watching? Are you watching, Taz? This is what you missed out on.
I yeah put up a bobblehead that I had as the
Oh,
prize.
nice,
Yeah, so
nice.
give people some incentive. So now Aaron has the trophy. But yeah, that was a lot
I'm
of
honestly
fun.
thinking, I'm thinking of using it as the YSB trophy. So like
Well,
whoever wins, we'll just pass this around or something.
that's what I was thinking until Expand Gong came along. I was like, we should just make
Uh,
this like the weekly trophy that we just hand between each other. But
yeah,
but it's yours now, Aaron. You officially own the bobblehead, so you do whatever you like with it.
yeah. I think it's something. It would
Yeah.
be cool to have something tangible for a YSB trophy.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be good. I was playing
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
played a bit more Test Your Luck with Taz
Taz.
on stream last night as well, which is the funniest shit ever. I've got some videos coming up. I'm gonna release like one a day over the next few days from our set last night. It's the funniest shit. I'm gonna try and make it a bit more regular, just so people get exposed to the ridiculousness because it's so much fun.
It's a
Do
good
you guys
moment.
put like the max modifiers on?
We did 5.
5.
We tried 7 for the first like match or two, and it was just too much.
Is that what we did at Aaron 7?
I think so. Yeah, we did 7 in the hotel room for shots or for beer. That was awesome.
Oh, that was so
That was
much
good.
fun. That was fun.
Oh, Bam's gonna be extremely fun. So we're gonna need your help with some of these shenanigans.
Yeah, for sure, man. We're
Yeah,
gonna set up some exhibitions, man, like official exhibitions
yeah,
for the Friday.
for sure, for sure. Uh, yeah, shout outs to I want to make a shout out to Hazels from Melbourne. He's one of like the key pillars in the MKX scene. He's in the chat now,
Yeah.
and he's definitely keeping the MKX dream alive in Melbourne.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very
So
nice.
shout out to him.
All right, so out to expand Gong. Jacob, what's next?
I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we should recap results from last night. So I actually didn't bring up the results. Does anyone know the results off the top of their head? Or
First place was Arnold, right?
Arnold,
Arnold,
After
yes.
what's his tag now? Comic book Wookie or some bullcrap?
no, that's
Comic book
so
Wookie, something like
I was in party chat with him. So he got his PS4, but he's I think he was saying his nephew also uses the PS4, so he just let him
Yeah.
like make the gamer tag. So he's using
Oh wow.
that. That's not like that's not his new name. That's just what the
Alright.
the PSN name is. So he's still
You were
small
in
Moray
party
Curry.
chat. You were in party chat with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coaching,
Him,
mid game
Oh,
coaching.
is this mid-game coaching I hear? Like
no, like
That's a
against
good
I,
idea.
I was
Castillo?
in party with him and Taz, and I think we're all of the opinion. Like as soon as our match is right, we're like, fuck off, let's. I'm leaving so I can I can
Okay,
hear the
fair enough.
hear the audio because it was just it's just
Alright.
hard to focus otherwise. But
Fair enough.
but yeah, so he's still Simon Morakeri, and then he second place was Castiel. Did he play Mileena the whole time? I had
He
something
pulled
to
out
do with
Katana,
Katana. It's like
Katana
Katana.
and
Katana
Mileena.
what?
Yeah,
Kata-
Katana against against Swarm Queen.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
played him against Carl as well a lot.
And
Yeah,
who was
it's
in third place?
equal third was Googie,
Googie.
losing to
Yep.
the Young Guns. Yo, the Young Guns are coming up.
they they're coming back. And who else? The other side
Was that
Andy.
was
Andy.
Ghostface. Andy, yeah.
very nice?
Good to see him back in top four.
Absolutely. It's always fun watching
Yeah.
Pro
Man,
Tour.
you know the funniest thing, right? Like, in the was we had the Sydney WhatsApp chat, right? And after
Yep.
like Andy's, he posts, "Oh man, like I'm gonna play you again," and then he's like, "Wait, you actually lost to someone?" Oh man, everyone just assumed I was gonna like I was gonna beat was it Billy trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was
Everyone lost their
Big
shit, man.
upset.
I
Everyone just
was
assumed.
I was
Yeah, I
talking to
was so
Taz.
shocked. Like, who is this random guy
I was
that
talking to
takes out like one of the top seeds?
yeah, I was talking to Taz, and I'm like, what? Aaron lost 0-2 to what's his name? What was his name? Barely trying or whatever.
Billy trying.
Yeah, they
And he's
trying.
like, nah,
Such a good name.
check it. He's probably talking about someone else on Aaron's account. I was like, nah, it's Aaron.
But I was
Uh,
like, oh fuck, I fucked up.
gotta hold
But
that, yeah.
like it's good. Like these random losses is like makes me more hungry to like or makes me play cry in casual some more.
Yep.
Yep, for sure, for sure.
Overall,
And after that, for equal fifth, I think, or equal seventh or whatever, it's Katie, who's always top eight, I'm pretty sure. Carl,
Yep.
yeah, Carl lost to
Carl.
Blake.
Yep.
Boy?
Yep.
Oh, dude, that match between Arnold and Boy.
uh,
Oh my god, but
I have no idea.
that
I have
was a
no
six
idea what
set.
happened.
That was a six
set
set,
as
and
well.
then they see it at the perfect time. Like everyone
Yeah.
lost their shit when that happened. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
the
Oh, it
thing,
was so good.
Yeah.
the thing that I found particularly crazy was that Boy, it was like being respectful of floats the whole set, and in the moment
Yeah,
that it mattered, he started going spastic with anti-airs.
yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Dude, they're down to Billy West. Man, that float, man, just makes us too dangerous to anti-air.
It really does. It's scary.
Arnold, stop T-horing.
I like your strategy though, but it's only on like fairly telegraphed floats where you can just run under them.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Mm.
I kept messing it up. Actually, wait. Actually, Googie, you would have seen them from the stream, right? If you're watching the stream for Expand Gong.
Sorry. What'd you say?
Like you would have seen like the strategy I was using to try to do a float like from the Expand Gong stream, right? During top four.
No, I actually didn't catch the stream, and then
Oh,
couldn't find the
goddamn.
replay for it. So
Dude, man, that
yeah,
top four set was so good. Ah.
yeah, I heard, but
Yeah, dude, I can't do anything about it.
too
We
bad I
had
missed
we
it.
had like 3 near timeouts.
Yeah,
Um,
there were multiple timeouts, man.
Yeah, I heard.
so how did
Oh.
you let's talk quickly about your match with Castiel Googie. So how did you find Mileena? I'm guessing that's the first time you've played like a serious Mileena, right?
So yeah, pretty much. I mean, I haven't played you or Castile for a long time now.
Yeah.
Not a long time, but like since you guys picked up Mileena. And so I knew that she was going to be a problem, but I just didn't get around to practicing against her or
Yeah.
playing anyone that had like a decent understanding of how she played.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it was a shock of matchup.
Like, you have to learn the match on the fly.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, there's a couple of things that that she's doing that I'm not used to. So hopefully I'll get some more matches in, and that won't surprise me again at BAM.
That's
But
good.
yeah, he did play well though. He shout out to Castiel. He did play well, so he definitely earned a win.
There's
Oh man, but
100% gonna be like 8 Milenas at BAM.
Right. I'm like,
everyone's jumping on that wagon.
that's why I'm jumping off because I like the Mileena mirror is the most garbage piece of crap thing in this game. Like it's so dull that I'm just like
Oh, the Grandmaster mirror is pretty dull.
true, but it's
Okay, the
like
most you can do in learning the matchup is playing Mileena, and you've done that, so
yeah, exactly.
you've done the most really.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about. I remember playing your Mileena back like however long ago, constantly
Yeah,
trying to anti-air the jump in one. What the fuck is this jump in? Why are
it's so good.
all these strings hitting low? But yeah. No, she's gonna be a bit of a problem for certain matchups, and people need to think about like
Yeah,
at least have general strategies of like, all right,
Yeah.
what if with my character, I know that the general Mileena is gonna try and spam back 1-2, so what are my options after back 1-2, or crap like that.
Yeah, like
yeah,
you definitely need to like grind every matchup in this game, man.
Yeah,
Like you can know them in theory, but holy shit, you have to play them.
yeah,
And Milena's just one of those.
yeah,
Like, feel like dude, like the biggest thing too is her armored reversals and overhead. So when you get defensive, everyone crash blocks, and you still get opened up by
yeah.
it.
it's like
Just
It's
war
something.
one
mode.
of
Yeah,
those
it's
habits you
something
need to break.
you gotta make sure that your muscle memory is definitely not crouch blocking against her.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
one
Mm.
of the few overhead armored reversals in the
yeah.
game.
same
Just
kind
the
of.
lad overhead dash match all
I was
day.
gonna say same shit as Jax, same shit as War God as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just habits again. Like, but and again, you break that muscle memory by playing it, and 3 games. Oh, yeah, 3 games isn't
yeah.
enough time to break
No way,
that habit.
no way.
Actually,
Mm.
in the other habit, you can't fucking jump against this character. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
the range.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually
You literally just can't jump either. Like,
Yeah, it's just like you jump at any range, and roll will always kill you if your execution's on point.
roll's not the problem.
yeah,
Like it's like run back one is the like longest range anti-air option. Because roll like
Yeah,
at certain jump arcs, you'll just if you don't use a normal while you're jumping, roll's not going to do anything as you land. You just block it, blah blah
yeah.
blah. But the running back one's got obscene amounts of range, and it's
mm.
so
Yeah, the
easy to
character has
follow up.
every tool. Dude, the character has every tool. Like, actually, if you saw Blake, Blake was entering with teleport.
Oh really?
Yeah, I
Nice.
think it was when I was playing Arnold, he kept entering with teleport. When he ready to jump, he would just teleport full combo every time.
Yeah, that's smart against Katana particularly because if Arnold decides to float at any point, teleport just
Yeah,
blows it up.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, the character's really fucking good. And like
really
she
good.
hasn't changed that much. Like yeah, like she's got a lot of new tools and stuff, but like from the big patch, nothing's really changed outside of like faster pokes.
Faster pokes, and it's the size that people, the
Yeah, fast
recovery on the
projectile.
zoning, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's giving people
I
the
think it's a
problem.
bit too quick, to be honest. I don't know. They need to
yeah.
turn it
It's
down midway.
It's
yeah.
not
She's
that
such.
bad. Zoning's weak in this game anyway, so it's not like zoning's
No,
also like
it's not
weaker.
the issue. It's not the issue that her zoning is like godlike or whatever. It's good enough to make people want to jump and slowly
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's where she is crazy because she's got so many options, really good
Exactly.
options, to
Yeah.
prevent you
Actually,
from
this is
doing
kind
that.
of segueing into like the KP2 discussion. But anyways, Jacob, was there anything else before you lead into that?
Uh, I was just gonna make the comment actually that it's interesting that KP2 is not really that prevalent in our scene in terms of
Yeah,
the
true. But
top
I've seen like
tournaments.
small, like the most we saw was Cyberstar in Castiel. We haven't seen a good alien yet. But alien's been like sorted out, but we'll talk about that after. But we haven't seen a good alien yet. Baracho, no one's playing Baracho.
No.
Well,
And
apparently
No
he's
one's playing
Leatherface,
garbage,
Leatherface either.
but I don't know.
dude, Baracho. People are sleeping on Baracho, man. His damage output's stupid, man. He's the new summoner right now.
Well,
Like he's a fair summoner.
because of the plus 25 or whatever. What do
In
you
the
mean?
corner, it just dude, that fart setup is fucking ridiculous. It's a meaty fart that catches like tech roll. So then you force him to delay wake ups, and you have to guess 50-50. If you block the fire, it's like plus 30, so jail's into 50-50 anyways.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
it's
it's either you sit there block and you if they wake up, you block and punish it, If they don't, they block the fart and then they go 50-50. If they delay wake up to avoid the fart, you have to go 50-50 again. The character is fucking insane.
I say it's like less summoner, more Devourer.
Yes, but the other big difference is, what's it called? He actually, he can break armor at the same time. Actually, but the Devourer can do sort of that too, I suppose, for slower wake ups.
Uh,
Mm.
But the character seems really fucking good, man. They're like just that meaty fart is insane.
I want to play him, but I'm too lazy to learn. So if you learn him, show me. But
Yeah,
probably
I
my
might,
Tetsu. Or,
pick him up to see how it's going. But yeah, he looks really good, man. And his damage output's insane.
hmm.
I don't like his movement. His dash is slow. His forward back dash
Yeah,
is
but
bad.
that's the point. Like that's the point. Like his setup potential is so insane that they nerf his mobility so much that but when he gets in and actually does his damage, he fucking kills you. But he gets wrecked in the neutral.
Hmm.
What's his anti anyway?
Falling but to back
Stand
one.
one.
Just back one, down two, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's cease that for now and come back to it if we have to. I want to get on to the meat and bones of the reason we're doing the podcast. I want to talk about the US. So, why don't you tell us a bit about your time in the US? Give us a quick overview of where you were and what you did, and then I'll like probe you with some more questions as you go. So, where did you start off, and what was your first tournament and all that stuff when you went over?
Okay, so absolutely. I went to the first place I went to was Wednesday Night Fights, and that's in SoCal.
Yep.
That's obviously Alex Val's behind that. And I signed up for the MKX tournament, right? So I'm like, there's going to be an MKX tournament here, as well as Street Fighter 5. And it was such a small room, and too many people. Everyone was shoulder to shoulder. It was so hard to get a game on the Street Fighter 5 setups. There were not enough setups, and the space between the tables was absolutely tiny. Like, mind blowing how they set it up like that, and it was just a nightmare.
Just
On the
just
Saturday, the
quickly,
day
sorry, to give us a bit of perspective. How would you compare the size of this room? You said it's small. How would you compare the size of the room to the?
first tournament experiences that I've had,
Ooh.
Yeah.
probably ever. They had, first of all, on the first day up there on the Friday, I'm pretty sure they had no MKX setups.
Oh.
So no MKX setups. It was such a small room, and too many people. Everyone was shoulder to shoulder. It was so hard to get a game on the Street Fighter 5 setups. There were not enough setups, and the space between the tables was absolutely tiny. Like, mind blowing how they set it up like that, and it was just a nightmare.
Just
On the Saturday,
just quickly,
the day
sorry, to give us a bit of perspective. How would you compare the size of this room? You said it's small. How would you compare the size of the room to the red room, for example, at YSB? Similar, smaller?
uh,
I mean,
it's similar, but maybe slightly bigger.
yeah, but you would have obviously a much larger volume of players
Yeah,
there.
like 1,000
Yeah,
players for SF.
So yeah. So, and the amount of setups they had was just like so disappointing. On Saturday, because pools were running, pretty much at the same time, like Street Fighter and MKX, it was just fucking chaotic in that room. It was absolutely crazy. You had to like literally just, basically go through this huge
Whoop.
maze of people
Oh,
just to
there we
get to, your station.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it was retarded. And I think they had at max 12 MKX setups. Wait, at max 12. And they were running a 260, 70 player bracket. Like,
And we have what, like 7 or 8
We
setups
have
for
six. We have
20
six
men,
at
and-
YSB.
20 men.
yeah, exactly. And so like it was impossible. I did not play any MKX casuals at final round.
Yeah.
I did not bother. Like, it was, I would have had to go there. I would have to line up. I would have to stand there at, like, when everyone's just walking up and down. And, it was just crazy. So I didn't bother with that. So I just played the tournament at final round.
And you still you still got to losers final.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to somehow get there. I
That
put all
Codal?
my time. Yeah, Kodal. I played a Peanut. Peanut in
Yeah.
second round,
Yeah.
Mm.
and oh man, his Kotal was sick, and he wrecked my Takeda 3-0,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wow, like this feels like like in Kotal's favor.
Yeah.
So I lost that match. I had to sort of like go claw through losers,
Yeah.
and then I
Playing
faced
gross. Gross.
yeah, I faced DR Gross, and he plays Takeda, a better Takeda than mine. So in the first match, I was like, all right, I'll just see how the mirror goes.
Yeah.
We both play exactly the same character, exactly the same
Yeah.
variation. He's got better setup than me, and he's got
Yeah.
I believe he's more experienced than me.
Yeah.
So he basically destroyed my Takeda in the first game, and
Yeah.
then I in the
Pushed the
second
Kotal.
game, I pushed Kotal because I actually saw him lose on stream in winners to another Kotal
Sandula?
before Sanjula, before we even played. And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so he got wrecked by a Kotal, I got wrecked by a Kotal, and I'm just like, okay, so
I'm seeing a trend
I
here.
saw a few things.
I should play
I saw a
Kotal.
few things I saw a few things that were happening, and so I played Kotal, and then oh man, like Takeda doesn't like Kotal is a good Kotal versus Takeda is a good matchup for Kotal.
Yeah.
Because Takeda's relatively slow, and Kotal's got all that pressure with the staggered
Like 1 second.
staggered strings. Oh man, like it's hard for Takeda to deal with. His armor is so bad, so
Yeah,
slow.
got that.
So, yeah. So
He'll break your range easily. Like, he can easily run up back one, and you just gotta like guess forward one, and if you whiff that, you're dead.
yeah,
Yeah, god damn. Yeah. It
absolutely.
sounds,
And
sounds like a rough
Takeda's,
match.
back to slow. Yeah. So I just capitalized on that. I'm pretty sure I took it 3-1.
Yeah.
And then yep.
That was off stream,
I
wasn't
beat
it,
another
Googie?
guy.
That was on stream, wasn't it?
Can't remember who
Was
he
it?
was.
Actually, I don't know.
Against Gross? No, I didn't.
Off stream?
He played Kano, so I just decated him. He didn't really know
Alright.
the matchup, so like that. Yeah, this was all offline, and
Alright.
and then I played Sanjula on stream.
Yeah.
But while I was there at final round, I met up with Katana Prime.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to him. He's a legendary guy. In real life, he's so nice as well. He's really nice. And well, what's that Cassie guy? Oh, bad.
DMS?
Never mind, Spy.
DMS, yeah.
CMS, yeah.
And he's also really nice. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, both those guys seem like cunts.
When I was
so
when I was watching the Vianality stream, it was basically the same time you played top four at NCR.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone, like all the US players were in the Vianality stream, and we said something about Australia in top four. And then the first thing, you see Katana Prime's name up. Wait, Googie's at NCR? I was like, oh my god. I was like, yeah, dude, he was there. He took out fucking Chris G and Dab.
Dab. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to NCR after this.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
But in final round, when you played Sandula, because like you were up like 2-0, like you had like set point on him or something.
Yeah.
And then he ran it back, fuck.
Yeah. He made a few adjustments that I didn't adjust fast enough to. I actually never thought about. I actually didn't even think that you could just back 1-2 Kodals and just leave it and not cancel into anything.
Yeah.
And
It's
that
technically
would
punishable.
block
It's
down.
technically punishable.
Yeah,
though.
technically it's punishable. So I thought like
Yeah.
no one would do that,
Yeah.
ever. But
Yeah.
he did, and he caught my armored reversal
Yeah.
a few times. He blocked it and he baited it. So that
Yeah.
that was really well done by him. Yeah. So
Yeah, it was like, I remember the thing that got you killed was just like blocked overhead sword after overhead sword.
yeah. So I definitely needed to work on.
Yeah, but like that's still like Kotal's what your third character. I don't know, man. Like how many characters are you playing now? Fuck.
I play a bunch, but I'd say Kotal is my secondary character now.
Yeah.
Do you play Aaron Black at all anymore?
Nah.
It's gone.
Character sucks. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, no, I can't say that, but because fucking Fox still
Yeah, I
wins
think
it.
it's pretty mid.
He's just solid mid there.
Mm.
Yeah.
But so that's final round.
So yeah, let's.
Wait, so Lord of the Fly didn't give you any issues at all? It was just whatever.
Lord of the Fly. I think he's a Kano player. I think he was the Kano player.
Was it Kano? He plays Kano now? Fuck, I thought he
Oh,
played
yeah,
Jaws
he plays
and
like
Liu Kang.
Kano, and who else was he saying? Oh, I can't remember. I remember
Lord
reading
of
it.
the Fly.
Yeah.
It's
I can't remember
your
when I played
match
him. If I did.
before going into Sandula, yeah. So it would have been Kana.
Okay, he played Kano.
Alright. Simon A?
Yeah,
Cut
he
threat?
struck. I can't remember. It wasn't very
God.
helpful.
Yeah, too free for
Yeah, I
Googie.
just
Too free.
remember like he didn't deal well with Takeda enough. So
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So who's
Alright, so that's
you met Katana Prime, you met DMS. Any other notables that you met that you wanna?
Jago Blake.
Oh
Big
yeah.
shout
oh
out to
yeah,
him.
like
He actually invited us to Yomi, the Yomi gaming house.
I think.
Even though it wasn't open to the public, so it
Oh
was
sure?
still
Oh wow.
closed. And
Oh wow.
so I met him at final round. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I met Yomi Reno Rax, but I already knew him from last year. He's
Is
the guy
Yeah.
that's behind Yomi.
is
Yeah.
Reno like
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. I don't know which one Reno Rex is. Is
He
Reno
looks like
Rex?
he looks like Eli Joe, I swear to God.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind. Yeah,
Kinda does. He's bald. He's very muscly.
yeah.
Very energetic. Yeah, he's behind Yomi, and he's a legendary guy. Like someone with a lot of energy to do stuff. So no surprise that he's behind Yomi. Um, and then yeah, so they invited us to visit the house, the Yomi whole place, gaming place.
Yeah.
And we rocked up there, and I met Michelangelo there and Slayer. They're the
Yeah.
only guys in town.
Oh man, those
Yeah.
two. I wanna hang out with those two. They seem like cool guys.
It is some fun.
And yeah, Michelangelo, he is so nice. It's really it's hard
Did he touch you a lot?
imagine. Yeah, we played a long set. Um, we played a long casual set while I was there. Like
Yep.
there was no one really there, so it was just them two, and I only got to play him. Slayer was busy, so yeah. But he's got a legit summoner on
Actually, how'd you go against
patch. I was doing okay, like pretty well against his A-list Johnny.
Yeah.
But yeah, his summoner is like it's definitely a new matchup to me because of the changes, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the runes especially, and then yeah, and just the way he played. Like I haven't played a summoner for so long since like he
Yeah,
died,
since, like,
pretty much
OHN.
in Excel or yeah, since OHN, yeah. So it was
Yeah.
it was difficult to get used to, how he played. So, but yeah, he mopped me with his summoner for sure.
Funny thing
Okay.
is, like, Mike's probably like the Quan player who almost wasn't affected by the changes because his style has always been the same and still works post patch more or less to an
Yeah,
extent.
he played a zoning based one.
Really good.
Yeah,
Over the Vortex.
he's always been by far the absolute best zoner with Quan for sure.
Yeah.
He just gets
Yeah.
like a few less. Oh, I feel like mixing you up now moments, more or
He
less.
definitely he did a lot of zoning.
Oh.
Is Googie lag or is it just me?
Yeah, no, it's it's not just you.
Alright.
You got slow mo
Okay.
sometimes. It's all good though.
Alright. Alright.
So-
Oh, goddamn.
Hung out at the Yomi house. What's next?
Hey, is it an actual house, the Yomi
Okay,
house?
so after that,
Or
I
is it
went
just
to
like a cabin with rooms.
Okay, so it's like it's a
What
massive.
the fuck?
It's a legit question. But
A cabin with
It's a
rooms, bro?
It's just some tents in the backyard.
Oh,
It's a
God.
massive building.
Yeah.
With many different rooms and hallways. Yeah, it's hard to describe because it's pretty big.
I'm pretty sure
I didn't-
there's a video walkthrough. I've seen a bit of a video walkthrough, I think on Twitter or something, of
Okay.
the Yomi house. So
Yeah.
you can look that up, Vlad.
I think I might.
But they've got
Yeah.
it looks like they've got like a bunch of different rooms, and they've got like the throne room with the stream set up, and like a room with all this paraphernalia and all this crap as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
After that, I went to NorCal, Sacramento, where NorCal Regionals was, and I'd say that event was very well run. There was less players, obviously, in general.
Yeah.
And it was more spacious, the room. It was just one room. Final round actually had 7 rooms, but they were all taken. by different games. So one of them was like Tekken and Street Fighter 4. That wasn't as full as the main room. But in NorCal, it was just one room. It was one big room, and they had a lot of setups. They had way more setups, Street Fighter 5 wise than Final Round. But the MKX action in NorCal was actually a ton smaller. A ton. They there was one night that they didn't even have a setup for MKX. So the tournament was on the Friday. I got there, regged and everything. There was like two setups, or two or three setups to practice on before the tournament. And then when the tournament started, it started on the Friday. There was another. It was like basically four total setups. I think one was the stream setup, and that was enough to run a 30-something man bracket. So
Holy crap! It's still less than YSB.
fine.
Goddamn.
Yeah, it's still less. It's still less than YSB. So the annoying thing was if you made top four, they got rid of like pretty much all the MKX setups. I think there was like one MKX setup the whole night of Saturday, whole night of Friday. So, and then on the Saturday there was no MKX setups, so you couldn't practice. Couldn't practice before top four. There was just no MKX. So, what I gathered from my experiences there and talking to some of the MKX people, they feel like NorCal Regionals doesn't really show NRS that much love. So that's why all the Yomi guys didn't go, the CR guys didn't go. It's such a tiny turnout for MKX.
Yeah, like NCR in general, it's always been an SF-based tournament. Like, saying SF is always the main game, but like, for NCR in particular, it's always been much more focused about Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, at least we had a stream setup, so that was good. Legit, and I mean it was best of three. That tournament was best of three as well, so got to add that in there.
Yeah, that's man.
Yeah,
Wasn't it
sucks.
best of three for your match in top four, and then the rest of the top three was best of three? It was five.
It was
best
like
of five,
yeah.
Like with that many people, they could have easily ran best of five, man. 30 people.
So what happened was when the tournament started on the Friday, the tournament organizer goes up to us and goes, I asked him, I go, what is this? Is it best of five or best of three? And he goes to me, oh, it's best of three. We heard final round was best of five, but no one in the NRS community, made a thread about it on Session Light. So no one lobbied for best of five. So
so you're stuck
for this tournament. So that's why we just made it best of three.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, like who's lobbying from NorCal?
Yeah, no one.
So,
yeah. Well, like who's the NRS head at the NorCal?
I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it was that the TEO, the one organizing it. I'm pretty sure he's not an MKX player.
All right.
Like he was even surprised how quick it ran. He was like, "Man, this finished really early. This is best of three business." So he was like, "Yeah, we could have ran best of five." I was like, "Oh god."
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
So
you always need like a pure NRS player like to head the stuff to get things in line.
Yeah. So he wanted the community to basically run the game, run the and stuff.
Yeah, that's sort of to be expected, Like if you don't play the game, out of respect, you run the game for them, but you expect someone from the community to step up.
Yeah.
Or
you expect
that.
I was gonna say, or you expect the TO to go to the community for advice to say what's the general rule set, blah blah blah. Help me run.
Yes, so like the organizers they want the players, right? So they want to accommodate the players. So they're gonna have some, they got to like reach out and get a little bit of input to see how to run the game, to make sure they have fun and it's run smoothly and stuff like that, to make it legit. So.
Yeah, but seriously, the game runs so fast, man. You can easily run this game for like 3 out of 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's completely necessary to run this game in 3 out of 5.
Yeah, with how much momentum with a game with this much momentum, man, it has to be 3 out of 5.
And it's not just momentum; it's also just matchups where if you're up one game in a 2 out of 3 set, you suddenly have character advantage. Or if someone swaps, you have plenty of opportunities to just swap, and characters have tools to deal with characters in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if you think about it, like from the last online tournament when I played Newman, like I would have lost like 2-0 if it wasn't 3 out of 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like this game needs to be 3 out of 5, man.
The real question is whether Evo will be 3 out of 5.
Mm,
Yeah,
That's like
no
legitimately
chance.
the real question.
yeah, a tournament of that scale, man, it's hard.
Yeah. So
Like for that,
Are
at
there
least
any
I
other
understand.
fighting games that do 3 out of 5, or is it just an MK thing?
Tekken usually does,
Marvel?
I'm pretty sure.
But Tekken's
Te-
it's got 3 rounds, doesn't it? It's a
yeah,
bit
Tekken's
different.
3 rounds.
Yeah, Tekken's 3 out of 5
it's
rounds,
best
but
of
for the
3.
game it's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was both. I thought it was 3 rounds, 3 out of
Fuck
5.
no, that'll be taking. Oh my god, how
No,
long would that take?
that would take long. Yeah.
Tekken's pretty fast rounds.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Wait, is Boris
That's why
on the
there's
stream?
3 of them.
If Barra's
Yeah.
still here, he
It's
can
best.
answer.
Tekken's best of 5 rounds. I played the Tekken 7 tournament at final round because it was free.
Nice.
How'd you
I went 0-2.
go? God. Oh, if you
No
I
beat
had
shame.
anyone, like,
proper cabs,
no one.
right? At final round.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a cabinet. It was just like I'm pretty sure it was just a PS4 setup. I don't remember seeing the actual PS4, but basically
Okay.
it was like
It's
some
like
setup
dev,
like that.
dev
It
kit of
wasn't
it.
really a cab.
I thought the
Alright.
It was
game
just
wasn't
too
out
much.
on console yet. Oh.
It's not.
It's not.
I don't. I
It's
don't.
like
Yeah, I can't remember.
it's a development version.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
aloe vera. But
So
Good shit.
what were some of your notable matches? I mean, we know Chris G and Dab at NCR. Was that like were there any particular matches you want to bring up from NCR?
Um, those were the most notable matches. The other ones weren't that notable. I mean, I played an alien player. I had no idea what was going on because I'd never played an alien before that.
hey,
Um,
wait, did XL come out while you were in like over there?
On the way, I
Actually,
think.
no,
no,
you were at
XL
the
came
oh,
out.
A week
No,
before.
no, no. Yeah, XL came out like a week or so before. Yeah, but I didn't have time to. I got really
come
sick
on.
just before the America trip, so I didn't even play
Okay.
games for like a whole week. Um, and I didn't have time to run like the alien
Yeah.
Yeah,
matchup.
the
I mean,
matchup.
I
Yeah.
played a few cybers. Like in Australia, who the hell plays Alien? You know, like so. I played a bunch of cyber subs, Smoke and Sector, I think, in Australia before that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I just had to cater pressure my way through the win.
Actually, this is pre-patch alien too. This is
Yeah,
before he
yeah,
got
yeah.
the massive hammer.
yeah.
Actually,
So
I was
go
gonna
on.
say
Yeah,
that
Jack.
kind of brings me to something I was gonna ask about, but if you're continuing the point, you go first.
Okay, so besides that, that's when uh, I lost to an Ermac player
Yeah.
early on, like the third round or something, and he really impressed me with his play. Um, the guys in the US, this is what I noticed. They know how to deal with whatever I, you know, bring to them. No
Yeah.
one was falling for the 4-4-1-2 2-4, drop the EX kunai
Yeah.
and do that back one back two
The hard to block
one
move.
mix up, the
Yeah.
sort of like unblockable mix up. Like a lot of
Yeah.
them just knew to jump out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest difference, like yeah. So like I don't know how like the biggest difference, pretty much for me when playing the US players was a lot of them, already knew what to do.
Yeah. It just
Like
is
no
that more
one
matchup
fell for that.
experience.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff I'm used to doing didn't work, so I had to, kind
Like
of
switch
adjust
things up and stuff.
on the
Yeah.
fly. Yeah, yeah. So, um, and he played Ermac Master of Souls, and there's a few things that I didn't know about that that I found out pretty much like on the day as well. But yeah, I lost 2-1 to a really good Ermac player. I think he went on to win the tournament as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Finistar.
I think he
Yeah.
was the eventual winner.
Weren't there
Yeah,
were
so
there two Max in top four?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
yeah, it
Googie
was
lost again to another Master of Souls after.
yeah. So what happened was, um, I lost to that guy in winners, and then I basically went through bracket to reach top four, and my
Yeah.
opponent that I was going to play the next day, I saw him on the stream. He played Katana the whole day.
Yeah.
And then the next day, he picks Ermac, Master of Souls. And without a doubt, they're teammates. Because I'm pretty sure they had the same clan name.
Yeah.
So obviously, the guy that beat you first must have told him, "Oh, look, play Ermac. He doesn't know the matchup properly. You know, it must be a decent matchup against Takeda." Yeah, so he caught me by surprise. I didn't expect to play an Ermac right away. I was expecting to play a Katana. So, and he played it differently as well. So he did the jump teleport.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not jump teleport. Jump hide
Float.
fade.
Oh yeah,
Fade,
fine.
yeah,
Keep doing
yeah.
the
Yes.
Venice.
So when I did the back to one string, it would whiff, and man, Takeda has the worst whiff recovery like in the game pretty much.
Yeah. Goddamn. Holy shit.
So like, yeah, he punished me really hard with that. So.
Yeah.
But he wasn't as strong as the other Ermac player. I had a chance against him, but I just blew it. Yeah.
Goddamn.
New matchup 2 out of 3 is never going to be fun, as we said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it just shows it like that. Since our scene is smaller, we have like there's a lot more holes in our matchup experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We have a
it
much
was-
smaller pool of matchups to learn with.
Yeah, it's like the biggest difference I'd say between the Australian scene and the US scene, it isn't necessarily skill wise, right? Like I don't believe that they're better than us skill wise. I think that they just have more experience with a lot of matchups. Whereas like, you know, you in Australia you have one. This is pretty much like one Takeda player. That's me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got Kevin, but he plays running.
Okay. But he doesn't even take the game seriously anymore, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you don't have many like characters. Like there's so many characters that we're missing
yeah.
on a
Like,
high level.
Exactly.
Wait, how many characters in the game? You got like let's say 30 characters, lots of variation.
30,
Like
yeah.
there's no way with our player pool we can cover
No.
everything.
Because even like the thing that I always found funny is even when Summoner Quan was at his absolute prime and probably number one in the game, I was still the only person playing him. Like that's the
Yeah.
kind of shit that happens in Australia. We've got one Takeda. I'm picking Quan back up. I'm probably still like the only Quan that goes to offline events. I mean,
You got Medley.
Aaron's. Oh yeah. Oh, Medley's been playing Mileena again. He started
right,
with Mileena and he's going back.
Oh. That's funny.
You're the only cryo probably in the world. Jax is a bit more common, but still not that much more common. We've got too many grandmasters.
Fucking hell, bro. Qua, Tana, James. Oh my god. And the new guy from today, fucking Noah, I think his name was.
It's like we got
Yeah.
one Jackie, we got a couple of katanas.
I'd
Like
say like
and that's the problem. It's like if you want to get matchup experience to play against one specific person, you have to play that one specific person. And then it's
Yeah.
like, how the hell do I prepare for tournament against this one person if I need to play them in the set and they get to know how I play as much as I get to know how they play? It's like it doesn't really help.
Okay, one second. I'm a TO now. Okay, let's just go through the characters.
Let's go through- yeah.
Do we have an alien? We got Ryan who's playing alien, but I don't know how that's going for him.
Ryan,
Jason?
Ryan. Oh yeah.
We got a lot of troll Jasons. We got my troll Jason, but isn't there like true Jason man?
No.
We got Lau and Sagat, which is fair enough. We
Yeah,
got
we got more,
and
and it's
Jack.
not just Sagat. There's a few Laos online.
Sonya. We had Urks for a while, but that's about it.
Had Urks.
we would get wrecked by Scar, for example, if we went to the US.
Oh, we'd be screwed. Yeah.
We would just get absolutely wrecked. And that's not even, you know, like obviously he's much more skilled as well, but we would just get wrecked because we just don't know the matchup either.
No.
Yeah. Kenshi, we got
Kind of
Vlad,
Vlad.
I suppose.
Kind of Rami.
Rami, I
Fuck
suppose.
you, I suppose, dude. It's my secondary.
You don't play him enough for us to consider him your secondary.
I know, right?
He feels so limited. Also, Jax. I was running a set with Boy earlier, and he's really good.
You lost again?
He is.
This will be lost again.
He's got like
For
some of the,
Sonya,
I was gonna say, Boy's got probably the most consistent AAs and tech throw techs
yeah,
against like
yeah.
pretty much anyone like that I've played.
He plays different to me. He doesn't jump as
On
much.
par,
and
on par with you, Aaron. Honestly, into it too.
Oh yeah. Actually, wait, we got Dan as well. Fuck.
Oh yeah,
Dan.
Dan.
Dan's which is really fucking
And
good.
Barra plays Shaolin as well.
So we've got that covered. Tanya, everyone
Barra-
jumps at the Tanya train now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got Joma for Pyromancer, I suppose.
Yeah. It's still like, what the hell
Um,
is he doing when you play against it though? Because you, like,
yeah.
oh my god, Dust is super plus. What am I doing? Yeah.
Burrow again, no one. Vlad maybe if he
Boy,
wants to
boy
fucking pick him
plays
up
a bit of
properly.
Boracho. Boy plays everyone though, actually.
Yeah. But boys play impressed me, man. Like
Yeah,
but
Mhm.
like
that
is
will.
Babel still playing the game
Josh,
a lot?
Josh's
Uh,
Kung Jin's good too.
Oh yeah. Actually, wait, we got Dan as well. Fuck, I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
Yeah,
about that.
Dan,
Dan was
Dan,
gonna
Dan,
say.
Dan, 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 Dan.
Dan's Kung is really fucking
and
good.
Barra plays Shaolin as well.
Oh, so we've got that covered. Tanya,
Ba-
everyone
Barra,
jumps at the Tanya train now.
Yeah.
yep.
We've got Joma for Pyromancer, I suppose.
Yeah. It's still like, what the hell
Um,
is he doing when you play against it though? Because you, like, oh
yeah.
my god, Dust is super plus. What am I doing? Yeah.
Burrow again, no one. Vlad maybe if he
Boy,
wants to
boy
fucking pick him
plays
up
a bit of
properly.
Boracho. Boy plays everyone though, actually.
Yeah. But boys play impressed me, man. Like like I guess beating Vlad isn't that much of an achievement, but still, wait for him. Oh,
I've got him
Triborg,
significantly worse, so I don't care.
Triborg, Sector. We've got Andy. I'm picking him up.
Boy again
Boy
for
plays him too.
Sector. Yep.
How about Cyrax? Anyone playing Cyrax still? Is
Newman
Newman still playing, or
was.
did he drop?
I was in a party with Newman the other day, and
I
it
don't know.
sounds like he's all but given up on Cyrex.
All but or not? So wait, so he has given up. He hasn't
Uh,
given up.
Close to, if not given up.
All right. Cyrax
What?
was cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Smoke. We got James. Who
So
actually looks like he really wants to pick up Smoke properly.
Josh as well.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
too. Cyber Sub, fuck that character, he's dead.
So
I thought,
that's the biggest issue.
what,
Huh? What's up?
I thought I was hearing he had no meterless punish. I swear to God, I saw Mr. Aquaman do 1-1-1 ice ball the other day.
Yeah, you can do one-on-one ice ball. That's literally your only string that combines the ice ball now.
Is that
Yeah,
that
you
One
bad?
can, yeah.
one
Like,
one ice ball.
is that
One-on-one
big a
ice ball
deal?
that
Ice
connects.
ball.
Yes, because like it's got shitty range, so which means you're whiff punishing with jabs.
It's not that
Your
bad
only whiff
range.
punishes the fuck. No, it's
Yeah.
fucking okay. I guess it's decent, but again, like
Forward
your
1-4
whole game
EX
is
ice
limited.
ball. Go for it.
What the fuck off?
For your
Dude, forward
24%.
1-3 is so
Oh, forward
bad now.
1-3,
Off
my
jump
bad.
in, off a jump in, you can only do 50-50 or one-on-one now. Before I used to do 2-1 as a hit confirm and as a pressure tool. That doesn't work anymore. Like 2-1's legit useless. Like I don't see any use for that string unless you have drones out. Trust me, man. Like dude, I'm trying so hard to make this character work still, but oh god.
They didn't even let him live.
Yeah, man. Come on, like it was like 1 week of being top tier or like mid tier or high mid,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then just like oh TYM, it can't happen. No, we can't have a tournament viable lethal like tournament. What's a tournament viable lethal killing machine or some shit?
I don't even know.
Anyways,
I
but
blame Rio
Trevor,
for all of this.
yeah,
Because of
yeah,
that
but
Yeah.
catchy
So
Trevor,
title on his thread.
biggest
um,
issue. The biggest
what's
issue
up?
with yeah, the biggest issue, like I said before, to summarize everything, yeah, even if we are as skilled as them, we just
Yeah.
can't cover all the matchups, and not in a depth that they would cover it. Like a
Yeah.
lot of these characters that you're saying, like people are using them as secondaries, and
Yeah,
like who knows how often you play them? Like people from Melbourne, Sydney, and stuff like that. Like they rarely
Yeah.
play against each other. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people don't even play online.
Yeah.
That you're talking
People need to
about.
play
So,
online now, man. That code's good. People need to
yeah,
play online.
They should. Yeah, like more anyway. So
Yeah, but yeah, the
stuff,
whole bottom.
stuff.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of characters still.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's the depth as well, because like a lot of Americans are character specialists. So
Mm.
you're
Yeah.
you even even if you have experience against like that character, like you're not gonna have experience against a lot of stuff that that guy probably like imagine playing ketchup and mustard, right? And we literally have like no Cyrax and maybe a few sectors like that just play him casually, but they're
Yeah.
like complete character specialists. So,
Yeah.
so you're gonna see a lot of stuff that you're not ready for. So
Yeah, we
That's-
actually
that-
have no Raiden. We have no Raiden.
yeah,
we have no Raiden.
no rating.
We have no A-list Johnny. And A-list Johnny is like a fucking top. Garrett, I swear to God, he has to be top 5 now. We have no. The only A-list Johnny is Rev GC.
Isn't Blake
Uh,
like having a crisis? He wants to play A-list.
Newman
Yeah.
plays
I
A-list
don't know
as well.
I don't know why Blake is having a crisis. I have no idea why. Like that guy is
The guy
amazing.
should just
I
shut
think-
up and
Amazing.
I think coming
Because-
off the back of that online tournament, if he's still having a character crisis, then he needs to settle down.
Yeah, absolutely. Like absolutely. Like he's playing Mileena, which is like he's considerably like one of the top tiers now, right?
Yeah.
he plays katana, deals pretty well with like a lot of characters. Like didn't he start learning the Boro? I don't know.
He can
Yeah,
play a bit
yeah.
of
He
War, I
wanted to
think.
after what Taz was doing to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quick,
who knows?
quick question. Can you guys hear that rain in the background?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Nope.
I'll shut my door if it gets too loud.
Alright.
So
Alright, but yeah, so how do we
the
get to that topic?
We were talking
It's
I
about how
think
the
depending on
US.
if you had one
US,
guy,
right.
or if you had someone covering every single character in the game, it's still
I
not
think the
enough. But
best.
when you start to learn
Yeah.
how to play against that person, you
Yeah.
need at least
Two or
5
three.
per character. Yeah, because no one plays a character holistically.
Exact same way.
Everyone leans towards certain things. Everyone
Yeah.
goes towards like
Yeah.
jump in. So
I
Everyone
think
has their own
yeah.
archetype. Yeah. Yeah.
our,
Ed,
our
go.
best, like Australia's best chance, at placing really well at majors in America, is if we all went together
Yeah.
and brought a setup too,
And just grinded
and
the
then
fuck
we
out of it.
we would have to we would have to research the matches beforehand, like because they release
Yeah.
the brackets before, so we know who we're playing.
Yeah.
We would legit have to like be working so hard, on the day of the, like we'd have to be
Yeah.
studying together basically,
Yeah.
getting ready for
HSC.
for so many matches. I think that would be our best chance to
Yeah.
do really well.
And saying that, man, next year I'm keen to travel. I'm keen to travel, man.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. Let's definitely do
But
that.
yeah,
And
so that's end of NCR. Is anything after that?
What I was so one of the things I wanted to
Northwest
touch on,
majors.
Northwest Majors, what?
What?
that's next week. That's this week. This coming week.
Oh, serious? What the hell?
What the fuck you on about,
Okay.
man?
I don't know.
Or
I
later.
thought-
It's not here. It's not.
What I wanted to ask that I said earlier that kind of reminded me. Were you speaking a lot to much of the MK scene in the US at the time? Did you get to talk to anyone about, did you get any thoughts on balance from them? What were they saying about KP2? Is there anything that they were all harping on about? Stuff like that. Like, what are their general opinions of the game in terms of balance, if you had chats about that?
No, I didn't really have chats about
Yep.
that specifically. No, I don't think I had extensive time
Yep.
discussing anything about characters or anything like that. I mean, the general vibe, when I was in the US was Alien was fucking broken as.
Yep.
And so, like when you saw Sonic Fox versus the other Alien player, what's his name?
Dragon.
CI Dragon.
Dragon.
That wasn't surprising to a lot of people. But yeah, that was just the general vibe that I got. But yeah,
The thing that needs to be
most
said.
most
Sorry, you go.
like most most players that I played in the US didn't even play DLC characters.
Yeah.
Like I did mention that I played an Alien. I played a guy that played Sector for one game and then swapped. At final round, that was like the only DLC character I played against. Everyone still used normal characters, normal non-combat Pack 2 characters.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was prevalent
Because the thing
early.
that actually quickly I want to say, if anyone wants to like hear like a super good breakdown of where the balance was at, yeah, I suppose it's a bit dated now, but I was listening to Her Majesty's Council podcast with JTB. He's the host. He was talking to Phosphorax and Undead Jim about final round and impressions of all that stuff. They like had a really good talk about balance of KP2 at that point and stuff. So if you're interested, go listen to that. But what I do want to say is the thing that needs to be said about final rounds top 8 is everyone was so overreacting about Alien Grand Final. Sure, it was boring, but everyone was expecting a KP2 top 8, and they were, you had 1.5 people playing KP2 in top 8 because Sonic Fox literally only used Alien in that final set
Yeah.
from memory. So the entire
Gunsling is what brought him back.
yeah, like that was the tournament of War God. That wasn't KP2. That was the War God tournament. So it's
Oh yeah.
at the time before that update patch when everyone was saying KP2, oh my God, this is ridiculous. It still wasn't like the main thing. But that's probably also again a product like you're saying, Googie, everyone's playing. Most people are character specialists. That's not enough time to really get
Yep.
into the character. So people
Well,
aren't
it was
willing.
like 2 weeks.
Exactly.
It was like
So
2 weeks before the tournament. So
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a risk trying to um, go against your guns and pick up a character in that short amount of time, but in some circumstances it works. So in saying that, let's what are people's thoughts of what happens to the KP2 with that balance patch, and where do we think they are now? Did you guys think that they were like top of the top? What did you guys think? Are they garbage now? What's the general consensus?
Who's going? Vlad, you wanna go first?
Does Vlad know anything?
Nah, not
I don't
first.
know. Do you want to say anything first?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna be honest here. I actually haven't messed around with Combat Pack 2 characters that much.
Preach it.
The only one that I actually played for a little bit was Cyber Sub-Zero,
Mm,
and
Yeah.
this was before they nerfed him or they normalized him or whatever. Um, that's the thing is like I can't say anything about where I believe that they are because I haven't put the time in to flesh them out.
yep.
I'm not a very efficient person to do that. I think like Aaron would be more efficient at fleshing out characters than me.
Yep.
So
All right. Let's.
besides that, I haven't touched. Yeah,
It seems to me like opinions weren't even that set even before the patch.
No.
'Cause even you were saying, Aaron, that like cyber subs overrated. He's not top. Other people are saying he's top,
It was
and then
the thing.
now he gets gutted, and now I think it's obvious that he's not.
The thing I think about Cyber Sub or old Cyber Sub, and the reason that I think people were like so annoyed about him, or at least from my perspective, his neutral was like quite bad, but his mix-ups
Well,
were
I wouldn't
good.
say bad, but it was average. It was
It was
average.
it was average at best, right?
Yeah.
But the problem was it was not a fun thing to play against because it was like and one hit you lose your patience and you're suddenly not
Yeah.
thinking about the mix-ups properly, so you eat the mix-up. It's like
Yeah.
it was less about, oh, this stuff's really good, and more about, oh my God, I can't believe I have to deal with this bullshit. Fuck it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that was the scary thing about playing Castiel when he played Cyber Sub. It'd be like one straight EX ice ball
Yeah.
Yeah,
into, oh shit, now I need to guess like 3 times and just make sure I can
yeah.
get out.
He was definitely a little bit too strong. I feel on upon release, he had a lot of like he didn't have really good mid buttons like in
Nah.
the neutral, but he had that fucking back two that could be cancelled into anything.
hmm
Uh, he had all the drones and obviously the bombs and the dive kick provided so much mobility. You didn't really need
Yeah.
like a solid neutral game. Like most of the dive kicks was safe as well. So
No, I wouldn't
it
even
was
say that,
crazy.
man. Like, if you space it perfectly, it'll save. Like
Yeah.
anything. Like, um, it's a what's Cyber Sub? Okay, in his current state, I reckon he's lower mid or like or high low, whatever. Like it is like when he got first released, yeah, the lack of a mid hurt him. But I suppose the safe dive kick made up for that, right? Or safe-ish dive kick, right? But I honestly didn't like think safe dive kick or like the perfectly spaced dive kick being safe was that bad because dive kick it did about 5%, I think, right? It did 5%, but it left you at like sweep range or just outside sweep range, and you actually couldn't pressure off that. You couldn't run up forward one because it wasn't plus enough. You couldn't run up poke because his pokes are bad. Like you probably try to run up down one maybe at best, but again, I think dive kick was only a +5, so you're just chipping away with dive kick at best.
Mm.
Yeah. And that was annoying
Um,
as fuck.
yeah, it's annoying, but like you're doing 5% at a time, and then like you make one bad. Again, the dive kick had no fucking had no air hitbox, so it was one of the easiest things to air. Like I got anti-aired by like the Vorod's back one using a dive kick a few times. Like if you made a hard read on a dive kick, you full combo punished every time. And again, like the risk reward was 5% versus the full combo.
Mm.
Like the dive kick only became scary once you had an ice bomb out. And again, ice bombs are fucking really good. Like if you guys heard me talk about it before, ice bombs is what held the character together. Ice kick like what's good. The ice bomb made dive kick safe, gave him a safe mid, and gave him damage off dive kick. But dive kick as a tool by itself was just it was more of an annoying thing. But if you made a hard read on it, again, it was full combo punishable. I guess you had the 50-50 instant dive kick and slide, but like if you base your entire game around that, you're not gonna win consistently.
No.
You're pushing them to the corner. Eventually, you're gonna play a mix-up game,
Yep.
but you're not gonna guess right every time. You're doing 5%, 5%, 5%. You guess wrong once and you're dead.
I,
It's too inconsistent playstyle.
I think the other thing as
Uh,
well, like with a tool like dive kick, it can feel worse to get hit by it than it actually is. And considering the
Yeah.
character's so new, suddenly most people aren't considering dive kick as it's just 5% and it's only +5. Most
Yeah.
people are thinking, I don't want to get hit by this fucking dive kick.
Yeah.
So it's like
Man.
it's suddenly, because it's new, it's a much better space control tool, or
Yeah.
a much better tool at making people hesitate or not play
Mm.
the game that they want to play purely because
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
understand it that well or aren't thinking
Yeah.
of the good and the bad of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's just like like Jacob, you know my playstyle. Like, my whole playstyle is just gauging risk reward.
Yeah. Yep.
So like dive kick is a tool, man. Like it doesn't fit into that playstyle unless you have bomb out. So
No.
like again, like because bomb was so good, it comboed on dive kick, so it led to really good damage, right? So when you had bomb out, like the whole idea was to get bomb out, so you can play, so dive kick became that much better. But every time you opened your chest, it was a risk. If like once people got on like understood the bomb, you do everything you can to stop them from getting bomb out. And if you had any advancing special or any advancing normal, you don't need to fear bomb at all. You see him open his chest, you run up, do your advancing normal, and then you move off the bomb in time and you start your pressure game. It
I
wasn't
don't
that
know,
bad.
man. I don't know, man. Like the bombs are, he chucks out bombs pretty quick.
Yeah.
I messed around with him for a little bit when he came out, and yeah, unless they made a hard read that I was going to chuck out a bomb, uh,
You can semi-react to it, man. Seriously.
mm,
Like if you're expecting bomb and you see his chest open, you run. If you made the wrong read, you eat ice ball. I suppose. Yeah,
What would
then,
you
then you're fucked. Right? But
is
yeah,
it
sorry?
is it easier or harder to run in punish than Devora's puddle?
Um,
Harder, I'm guessing, right?
slightly harder.
yeah,
But
harder,
again,
yeah.
like it's not even about punishing. It's just he's under block pressure now,
Or
and
getting in
what's he
there,
gonna do?
yeah, yeah.
His poke is bad, and his armor is full combo punishable.
Mm.
So like, again, like I guess having armor is decent in general, but you're giving a pressure. Like you might not hard punish it, but like you're giving a pressure for sure. And his pokes are so bad.
I mean, you can't run in if he's throwing the bomb
At his
close to
feet.
him.
Yes, you can. You can.
You can?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I played that match of death with Justin, or not Justin, with Taz back when he first came out. And like I was telling him,
Okay.
dude, as soon as you see me open my chest, run in and forward one, it pushes me off the bomb, and he starts his pressure game. You move forward enough,
Okay.
and the bomb rolls too far.
I'm
Well, that's
guessing
with
that
Devora,
would,
I guess.
yeah,
That's what it
that's
depends.
yeah, that's exactly what I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say.
other characters can still do the same thing. You push him off the bomb. You push off the bomb after you start like some semblance of stagger game. Like if you got, I guess like really like someone like Katana, I suppose she's gonna run up 4-2-2, but she'll be too negative. But I guess with Katana you'd be zoning anyways. Like it wasn't the worst case scenario. Like some characters did deal with it better, but
I don't know. I felt like Cyber Sub's strength was zoning. So, he could keep you
yeah,
out.
like
He had
it's
a
a
host
defensive
of
zoning
options to
game.
keep you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like the mix up I
I
generally
don't
ran
know,
was
man. Like,
like yeah, sorry. Okay.
it's hard for me to imagine, you just punishing someone throwing out bombs because it's like I was throwing out bombs pretty free when I played him.
Yeah,
I
but
might have to
again,
play
like
with you and test it out.
that's when everyone was fearing the bomb. As soon as I told everyone just to, like if you watch my set with Yusuf, right, I was controlling the pace of the bomb constantly, right. As soon as I told him, when you see the bomb, don't give a shit, just run in, do your forward 1 and 2 string, right, with Leatherface. Again, gets me off stats in the pressure game every time. So the mix up ended up becoming like, I'll try fake bomb at certain times, right, and after it gets into random run. And
Yeah.
then, I'd punish the runner with 4-1-3, and that became the meta. Whether I was gonna bomb or not, or like, if you're too worried about that, I'll start my own pressure game. Like, again, like it wasn't, like he controlled the pace of the game definitely, but the risk reward wasn't that, like it wasn't that much skewed in his favor.
Hmm.
But yeah, in the current version of the game, you can't punish run-ins. You have to punish run-in with like I don't know, like run up 1-on-1 or something because 4-on-3 doesn't combo anymore. So it's just like you have no tool to deter someone from running.
Mm.
I don't know, I'm
Backdash,
still not that
backdash
confident
four to
that
one four.
that matchup was fleshed out at the start.
Oh, it definitely wasn't. It
To
definitely
say that
wasn't.
there was like a meta about it.
Yeah. I mean, the most annoying thing was, man, like they released these characters in this state and they just patch them straight away after everyone's
Yeah.
bought them. Like you reckon there's a bit of like,
Like a
like
cooldown
release
period
it.
for people to learn stuff. But
No, I meant like, do you think NRS made like a strategy on how to sell these characters, and then have everyone buy them because they're fucking broken, like they're
Nah.
really strong,
I don't think
and
they
then
would
patch
think
them
that
out?
far
Like,
ahead.
My
Man, I don't know, man. It feels like it.
Nah.
my theory, my
I reckon they would
guess,
just
my
rush
guess,
Sully
would,
with
yeah,
it.
exactly. My guess would be they needed to pump them out, so they had limited time balancing them. So like, fuck it, they're ready, push them out, and we'll patch them later. That's
Yeah,
that's what I think.
maybe, yeah. But they definitely made sure they were strong. Fuck.
Yeah, well, you,
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah, you'd rather uh
over, yeah, give.
give them a bit more so
Uh,
people are like, fuck yeah, this character looks sick, than
yeah,
make them look like garbage. But
Also, guys,
Well, if you look at it, most of the DLCs that NRS has pumped out,
are always very strong.
7 out of 10 have been really good.
Yeah,
yeah.
like who
Kenshi, Freddy, Scarlet, Rain, all top tier.
Rank got
Lobo
nerfed again.
Lobo was like
Injustice,
the only not top in
Yeah.
Injustice when he was released, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but then he became top.
Then he became
But
top.
then Zatanna,
It wasn't. It
Batgirl,
wasn't top. It was just
Martian.
like really solid.
It was high, pretty high mid, yeah.
Yeah.
And this game, 6 or
Tanya.
7. Yeah.
Jason was bad when he
I
was
still reckon
released.
Tremor was overrated. Tremor was overrated.
He wasn't when 2-1 was a mid. When 2 was a mid.
Oh yeah. That was
That
ridiculous.
was
Yeah, that was
no way was he overrated when 2 was a
yeah,
mid.
that was stupid. But also like one last thing right before we move on from the Triborg. Seriously, guys, when you play Triborg, if you eat a down one, don't give a fuck. All right, just fucking press down one again. Uh, his down one is only a +8 on hit, so it doesn't jail into anything outside of like maybe forward 4. But anytime he commits to forward 4, it's risky as shit. So you fought like because it's such low hit advantage. If you're mashing down one, you always hit him out of it. And this way, after you eat it down one, you're forcing him to check with another down 3 or something. So like it's like a
Yeah.
double poking meta game. So but yeah, just heads up, Googie, right? When you play tribal, mash the fuck out of down one if you eat down one. His perks
yeah,
are so bad.
yeah. He's got no solid mids, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always feels good neutral duck punishing the forward 4 string.
yeah.
Mm.
And Ford one, yeah, Ford one as well.
Pardon me.
But yeah, that's that. So
So-
who else we got? Alien? What, Alien?
Alien apparently, what changed in Acidic? So Takatan obviously got a bit of the nerf. Wreck is apparently not as ridiculous as they were, even though they probably weren't as bad as they seem. The only thing that made Wreckers really good was just that you
confirm.
could choose to hit confirm at the very last second. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just do what I want. Oh, it hit. Sweet.
Yeah.
Acidic still looks good. I thought I read that Acidic couldn't kill with tick damage, but that doesn't sound
No,
like
You
it's
can't,
true.
you can't kill with poison damage.
it's
You
like
can't
Street
kill with
Fighter 5 now, yeah.
Poison as
You could- you could-
opposed. Oh, so there's like the 5%
poison. The
flat.
acid sting or the puddle. So like when you downfall someone, they take tick damage. Whereas you put the puddle, it's doing damage over time. I think.
I swear to
So the
God.
They
acid
can't
block
die
like
from
that.
DOT.
Okay. I thought I saw someone die from DOT. I think Jupiter against Fox at ESL, but maybe I didn't.
No, he ran into the puddle after.
Ah, fair enough. Which is
Don't know
different.
why.
Oh, because yeah, exactly. Isn't that isn't that which bit's the dot
Yeah,
and
like
which bit's
the
the
puddle,
not?
the puddle is poison. The puddle was just like cow chop. You can die from that.
Yep.
But if he downfalls you or he hits you with like the exo sting, then that's tick damage, and that shouldn't be able to kill you.
Okay,
Mm.
fair enough.
Yeah. With the sitting, the only thing that changed was that like I think it's less plus on the thing. That's it. That's
Oh
plus on
yeah, on
acid blood.
the acid blood, so it's not. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, it was like it still forces a frame trap situation.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. Before you like it just doesn't gel anymore, which is fair. You're taking tick damage while fucking like force a block of frame trap situation. So whatever.
It seems like the 4-2-1-3 string is the thing that's giving people so
Forward
much
one
trouble.
three four.
4-1-3.
Forward 1-3-4.
4-1-3-4.
Yeah,
It seems
it's like
kind of
he leans forward and bites you, then he smacks you with his tail.
yeah. It's like I don't know. Is that
That's
really
good.
is that really
Really
that good of a
really
mix up
fucking
though?
Yeah, because it's mid low, and after so you have input mix up with the overhead flip.
Yeah.
That's safe.
Isn't
So
there
you
a
can chip
gap?
away slowly with that. No gap.
Oh, okay.
Block string. So yeah, like, it's really good. 11 frame advancing mid into that leads into a 50-50 mix up. Again, it's not the most damage, but it's annoying.
It just seems like there still has to be a read. Like that should be fuzzyable, I would imagine.
Actually, yeah. If you follow Fox's Twitter, he was like, he knew Alien was gonna be bullshit, so he spent the whole time practicing fuzzing that mix up, and that's why he never ate 50-50s against Dragon.
Yeah, right.
So there probably is some
Smart
fuzzy
man.
timing. But yeah, like, yeah, Acidic is fucking like I can see Acidic being good just because of You're not even playing 50-50. You're just chipping with the potential of hitting a 50-50.
Yeah, and that's serious chip damage.
Yeah, goddamn. You drop double blood and it just eats away at your health. But dude, yeah, Takadan, yeah, the Wreckers were just a glorified block string.
Yeah.
It was a hard to execute block string. That was it. The chip wasn't as good. The stagger potential wasn't there. If you wanted to stagger for frames, you had to leave a gap, and then when you left the gap, like you're risking a big punish. Yeah, even if you didn't have armor, because the final, you know, the main string where it ends with the stab and it lifts you up, right?
Yep.
That was a high. So whenever he did the version to get past frames, if you read that again, like no, it's a read, right? So it was equal. If you ate it, you ate a full combo. But if you read that, you neutral duck a full combo punish even without armor.
Mm.
So like, there were just little intricacies. Like, the game was still young, so you could have explored the stuff more. But yeah, now it's like, yeah, the records are really poor now. But I still think Takadan's still pretty good because forward one's still a really good footsie tool. So like if you saw my post on the thing when the hotfix post got released, you play Takadan Rekka, Takadan and Alien like Karen now, where you just play a solid footsie game into like with mix ups, and then you use Rekkers for like gimmick comebacks and stuff. Like
Mm.
because the mix up is still there, like with the 50-50 between back three and forward four, I think.
Mhm.
But now it's just
That's it.
punishable. Like anytime you commit to the Rekka, you risk a punish. But again, it's high damage of it, so you play the 50-50 game, you want damage, you have to take a risk, which is fair.
Well, we'll just see how many people actually. So this is the problem, where again, with such a small scene,
Yeah.
things like, oh, these characters are dead on the forums means that no one's going to play these characters here. So we'll see if we
Mm,
ever have to deal with an alien anytime soon.
mm.
I still want to pick him up, like Takadan, just to see what he like, see how he plays now.
Yeah.
Like it should still be very good as a character, but like just Alien in terms of the normals, like forward ones are ridiculous. One of the best mids in the game, and he still has the option of full screen 50-50s. Like,
Mhm.
actually, just to get to this right, guys. Alright, everyone was crying about full screen 50-50 because back three was like a three-quarter screen low that was cancelable. That was a block string cancel, and he had forward four, which was the overhead, which has slightly less range, but still had pretty good range, right? If you read that an alien's gonna go for 50-50,
Just
you don't
delay.
you don't try block it. You jump it. You jump both options and full combo punish it. Both of them have crazy whip recovery.
Wait,
Mm.
as you're getting up?
No, as in like let's say you're playing neutral right and after like you're standing at three quarters and you think he's just gonna 50-50 you just
Oh, I
because
just
he's an
jump.
alien.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you jump. You jump both options and full combo punish him. You don't need to guess 50-50. If you guess 50-50, you jump.
Well, isn't
You don't
that
actually
gonna
like try literally guess.
like what else would okay, acidic could potentially anti-air, but
Yeah, but
like
again, like
a
that's the
50,
mix up. But like
50 or forward one, you'd be jumping that too, so it doesn't seem like the worst
yeah,
option.
yeah.
His
Like
stand
again,
one's
he might anti you, but still, whatever.
yeah, his stand one's pretty decent for an anti-air, I'm pretty sure from memory.
Yeah, but yeah. His down one's pretty good too. He's got good buttons in general. Like he's forcing you to jump, which is still bad. But the point is,
Hmm.
you don't let him get free 50-50s on you.
Maybe I should muck around with acidic again in just occasionally just to give people matchup experience.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll
But
see.
yeah. The other two very like Borocho, he's just heavy setups. I think he's fine. Like honestly, don't know too much about him outside of his like good Oki
Did they
and
change?
Leatherface.
Sorry,
Yeah,
just
what?
quickly, did they change the OTT damage on the Dragon's Breath thing?
Dragon's Breath. I think they
Yeah,
reduced the
they
window
did.
for it. They reduced active frames. So it's harder to set up.
Right.
No, it scales a bit more.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
I thought I read that.
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, then you got Leatherface is just no, Leatherface is good. Like Killer's just like it's really simple, but his mix up works.
Leatherface
Oh
seems
shit.
like the most, I don't know, well-rounded. Not well-rounded. Yeah, I guess well-rounded. Just like not too crazy, not shit either character
Yeah.
in
They got rid of
KB2.
his Vortex in Butcher, and they made his command grab slower at 8 frames, but you still got a crazy fast command grab, so it doesn't really change much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, most of the KP2 things were good. Like Kung Lao, he got changed, but whatever. Like, actually, I'm sure we thought that KP2 changes anyways.
I think,
Overall, yeah.
yeah, the
Like,
K
honestly, the game's balanced in its current state. I like it.
in terms of DLC, it seems like everyone's been toned down. So like Jason's probably the best DLC now, technically.
Jason, Jason is good, man. Did Vlad drop out? I think Vlad dropped out.
Oh, did he
Mm.
really?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Unstoppable is good now, man. Unstoppable is
Unstoppable.
freaking good.
Just yeah, it's kind of like scary. Like a slither of health is enough in a lot of situations.
Double breaker.
Yeah, like oh man. Because
Just the mental damage you do.
shit, when we played, it's just like, oh crap, oh Jesus, why can't I add him? What's going on?
Yeah, you probably losing that data thing, I'm guessing.
Maybe
Oh
it's
no, there
off.
we go.
Yeah, it's off.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Jason's good. Like, he's like he's he's sort of anti-meta in the sense where you have no wake up option when he has anything out. You just have to hold mix-ups. Oh, he's good. Really good.
Oh, looks like Vlad's back. All right, cool.
There it is.
Phone died. Yeah. Leatherface, yeah, it's good. Mid tier, you reckon?
Probably.
I don't know. It's too early to tell, man.
I
Like,
like
seriously, well, KPT's been out for a month.
whenever I see these like who's top threads, like the state that the game's in, I have no freaking idea anymore. I can't even
Yeah.
comment on it anymore. It's just like I don't know. Like no one's that far ahead of anyone. Melina's
Mm.
Melina's suddenly thrown around as um top five, which is fair enough. She's got tools for everything, but I don't know. It still doesn't feel completely right. But we'll see how it goes with time, I suppose. In a game that had, or still kind of has a bit of dirt, I suppose. Just it feels weird to say that Melina's top.
Just like
But
seriously,
what
the game's moved away from Vortex soon.
Yeah.
in what
So
matchup does Mileena not have the advantage?
what
Uh,
matchup does she have a strong advantage? I think she just like maybe just 5-5.
Characters with good mids, advancing mids, feel kind of hard. Or harder. Maybe that's just my lack of understanding of the match at this point and stuff.
I don't think
Um,
anyone can really challenge her back one because
Yeah, she's got.
her
Yeah,
daggers have no hurt box.
yeah.
She's
Yeah,
always
but
going to
you
win
have to
that
you have to
trade.
whiff punish it. That's it.
With punishing, it's pretty
But
hard
you
though.
can just spam back one, so
Yeah.
there's no risk in you trying to catch a run in.
You can't
mm,
really spin
You're not
back one.
dedicating anything.
Depending on the range. If I'm kind of like if I'm at the range where when I do back one, my hand is kind of like almost touching your body. If you read it, you can poke out
Yeah,
like
if you space it
most.
a bit better then, because you move forward slightly.
Yeah,
So
it depends, but you're not always
Yeah.
going to be able to space it perfectly. But at certain
Yeah.
ranges,
well,
you can just commit to your anything string as long as it's faster than like 12 frames, and you'll catch her.
Yeah.
And that's what
frames is
makes
pretty
it.
quick.
That's what
Mm.
makes it like a little bit tough. Like you have to consider a few more things when playing against characters with strong mids, like Devora, when they can just poke
Forward
back
one.
with their mid and suddenly the block pressure is reversed. It's not, yeah, obviously it's not black and white.
Yeah.
But
But
this is a fighting game. Nothing's black and white.
exactly. The problem from me trying to commentate on what's good and bad for her is that since I've picked up Mileena, I've 90% of my playtime with Mileena has been against Taz. So I can't really say much.
Yeah.
But
mm.
agree, why not go with Sonic Fox and say Jason? Like, that seems fair enough. Like, Jason's back one is fast enough and covers enough ground to be able to whiff punish it pretty well.
Yeah.
hmm
Maybe that means Cassie's bad. Who knows? Nah, probably not. Cassie be able to be kept
Well,
out pretty easy.
um, Sonic Fox did get raped by what's the guy from the UK, the really good Mileena player,
Gab or
Foxy.
Foxy?
Foxy.
Yeah.
He destroyed
Yeah,
him with
again,
Mileena. So
yeah, well, that's just not having. I guess Soulface. You did have Soulface, but Soulface didn't play piercing, did he? He ran Ravenous for the
Nah, he
longest time.
played
not too
both.
sure.
He played both,
I'm not too
but
sure.
Saltface plays a gambly Mileena, not a Footsie's Mileena.
Yeah, true.
He plays a Footsie's Mileena to an extent, but he gets, I don't know, too
He
excited.
gets.
And like in the match
Oh,
against Jason and stuff, he drops some, you know the double roll combos that I use, Aaron, in the corner.
Yeah, he dropped it a crap load. I saw
He
that.
dropped it like every time he went for it, he dropped it and put
Yeah,
himself in the corner, which is awful.
Mm.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I guess yeah. Characters who can contest the footy game will give it issues because like Lena, like I guess if when she has to go on the approach, she has a lot more issues because then you have to take some risks. Like with the patience
yeah,
that like defensive zoning game, she does really well. Just like walk back one and stuff with punish.
yeah.
She's like
It
a katana where she relies less on fans and just like footsies instead. It's the same playstyle. She's
it's
frustrated too.
very
And
similar playstyle to Katana. Because it's like at the end of the day, most of the time if you open someone up with Mileena, you're either opening them up with throws or you're opening them up with a very, very unsafe 50-50.
Yeah.
which is a huge risk. That's like the
Yeah.
main.
Or
The only all right. So the ways that I get damage on people, right, is either
Hey,
playing
jump.
like the zoning game and like baiting the jump and outspacing them, uh, baiting pokes and whiff punishing with back one two. But if I ever have to go on the offensive, it'll be me trying to do forward one stagger stuff because forward one breaks armor is +2 and can be, can go into a full string and stuff like that. But it's not like it is very good. I'm not gonna lie, but it still ends up just complementing a throw game more than anything else.
Mm.
So if I want serious damage in offense, I tend to have to go for semi-risky things. But I don't know. It's her offense is good, not great, but that's kind of what's quote unquote holding her back. Not that she's being held back,
Yeah.
but she does
Yeah.
much
Back
better.
one staggers are really overrated still, because in pressure.
Listen to the man.
Seriously, man.
Mm,
They're like, dude, isn't it
no,
like
what'd you say? What'd you say? I missed
back
it.
one
I missed it.
stagger is overrated as shit,
Yeah.
man. Because it's what, neg one, right? Neg one, neg
Neg
two,
one,
I
neg
think.
one. 11
Yeah.
frame startup, neg one.
Yeah, so you can stagger back one, right? But it's only 2 hits. The last hit is that jumping thing, which it does for the combo. If you you try frame trap with that, it's just like risky as shit, but I'm pretty sure it's punishable as fuck. So
Yep.
you
yeah.
think stagger back one, back one, back one, back two, right? But because she can't hit confirm the second two, she just has to commit to roll, which means every time she does back one, you should always jab.
I think
Well, like not always jab, but like you
if
should
you
do it a lot of the
practice
time.
it, if you practice it a shitload, you might be able to hit confirm it, but it's very fucking hard. If back one two was hit confirmable, like easily hit confirmable, then it would be like fuck, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, it's a ridiculous pressure tool. But because it's only 2 hits, and you can't confirm well, it's too hard to confirm the two by yourself. You should always contest between back one and two. If she tries to stagger, you interrupt the pressure and start your own game. Or if she does the whole string, you eat back one two, and I guess you're back into just block pressure. But again, like there's no high risk to you. If you guess right, you get your full damage. If she guesses wrong, or if she guesses right, you stay in the
Wait,
pressure
what are you
unless she
guessing? What are
thinks
you get? What are you guessing,
if
right?
If he
she does back
completes the
one or
string,
back one two.
yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does
yeah,
back one or back one two. A lot of Mileena do that.
but what are you, how are you interrupting? Because you said you get a heavy reward for guessing right.
Yeah, so if she does back
What are you
one, then
what
back
are you
one
interrupting
two,
with?
jabs. So
It,
like
de-
if she
it
does
that
back one, back one
How's
that
two.
that a big
that de-
how's that a big reward?
it depends on the range, Aaron. It depends on the range.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
So
like again, like in footies is good, but in pressure, I still don't rate it.
yeah, so what
If
Aaron's
she
The
if she's
only
at range
Mileena
one,
that's right in front of you spamming back one is just doing something stupid. If she's spacing it properly,
yeah,
Yeah.
then it's good.
doing
It's good.
back one like max
Yeah,
distance,
You
then
can't
yeah,
you
then that's
actually
good.
can't
Again,
poke
you can't jab
yeah,
her
yeah,
back.
you can't
you can't
poke
do anything. I know.
back
I
one.
know, I know.
Yeah.
At the start, I said back one is good. As a footsie stagger, but as a pressure stagger, it's overrated.
So
Yeah, well,
what
yeah.
Aaron's saying with the high reward Googie is that if she's in that up close range and you read it, if you just commit to your basically high like big damage string starter, it's she's if she's committing to the next back one, you're going to interrupt her and get your 30 something percent by committing to your read. Even if she back one, if she tries to back one stagger or back one run up throw, if you just as soon as you see the back one finish, commit to your string, you potentially punish her for a shitload of damage.
Mm,
Thing is,
It
that would be
okay.
okay if her game kind of relied around that, but it doesn't
I
at
it
know.
all.
Like,
it doesn't it
I
doesn't.
know Mileena
yeah,
should
like
ever
you
put
played a footsie game
themselves.
with her.
But the
Played
thing
a footsie
is
game with her.
the
Yeah,
thing is, Vlad, if you watch a lot of Foxy's matches, a
yeah,
lot of the shit, a lot of the way he gets damage against a fuck ton of people is people doing
mm.
stupid shit after back one or back one two. He'll be at like that tip range and they'll try to poke or some shit. So he takes half a step back and
Yeah. I
does another
watch him
back.
play Tom Brady.
And that's
But see,
what.
sometimes you can go contest, right? But you
Yeah.
spaced it a bit wrong. So he'll do back one, thinking that you're gonna return the jabs, and then he'll just do back one two and punish you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, but like yeah,
So
from that like footsie range, it goes both ways. You step back, two, he does back one, you whiff punish as well. Like it's a even guessing game.
yeah.
Because
Well,
the reason I
but it's a
was,
guessing game that she has control of. So
Mm.
but again, like I'm not trying to say it's not in her favor. It is. It's very good for her. But it's not as bad purely because she can't hit confirm it. So if you make the wrong read and she gets a back one two, you eat what like 8% or something like that. Or you'll only eat the second hit. You'll eat the two, right? So you probably eat like 5 or 6% or something. And then what are her options? Her options are depending on a range,
Commit
she
to
can
roll.
Commit to roll. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
she
most
can
risky shit.
commit to roll, or you can jail like back to or something like that, which is only back as soon as you commit to back to, you're either giving up your pressure because it's more negative on block if you do back to one, or you commit to unsafe mix-ups. Um, but what I was trying to say, I don't know how I got off it. Anyway, what I was trying to say was if you watch like Honeybee Devora, for example, Honeybee got blown up because he was only doing stupid shit after back one two because he was, I think, too scared of it and trying to use like down one, down three, blah blah blah, or just waiting. Where Devora can like free forward one into her game after any back one two, because I think what forward one's 10 frames or some shit.
Mm.
Forward one
Forward
or
one
four.
is 10 frames I think, or maybe 11. But
For
after
Devora or Mileena?
for Devora,
Devora is not, it's 12 frames.
12. All right. So Foxy was basically every
So
time
you can't
punish.
even interrupt. Wait,
You can't. All
what's back
right.
one?
Sorry,
11 frames. How negative? -1.
I shouldn't have said guaranteed. I shouldn't have said guaranteed. But basically in the Foxy match, Foxy was doing back one two, walk back, back one two every time. So Honeybee could have contested that to push Foxy out of that.
That man, that's like, hmm.
So if you can blow up the forward Devora's forward one with down three, like check it with down one down three as she comes in, and suddenly there's like a bit more of a cycle in terms of the guessing game between the both players after back one two. But in that match against Honeybee, Honeybee never contested it, so Foxy was always just back one two, walk back, back one two, or walk back one two, walk back, 4-2-3 or
Yeah.
some shit, and whiff punish. So it's like you need to, if a character can either contest something she's doing after back one two, potentially whiff punish it like Jason or whatever, just force the guessing game. Then back one two is not as good. But obviously that's not like we're fixating on back one two, but agreeing with Vlad, that's not the thing that makes her
Yeah,
trouble. It's the
Yeah.
it's the only
fact
thing
that
that makes her
Just
scary.
her
Yeah,
tool set as a whole, it's complete. She has
yeah,
everything she
yeah.
Yeah.
needs.
yeah, exactly. Like that's I tweeted the other day, I was like, I don't think any US Mileena player is ever going to win a major. Outside of maybe if Sonic Fox picks her up. I think Fox is the only guy at the moment. Because Mileena
Well,
is.
no, look. At the end of the day, no one's gonna win a major except Fox.
Yeah,
True that.
very good point.
So it's
But
kind of useless, man. Like,
Yeah.
So disappointing.
the thing
Yeah.
that fascinates me most about everyone crying about Mileena is that this is the first time we've had, more or less, the first time we've had a top tier in this game that hasn't had some crazy oppressive bullshit about them, more or less, to an extent. Like, what was the top five? It was like Kung Lao, Tanya,
Yep.
Quan Chi,
Yep.
maybe Cassie, and Tremor or
Mm.
some shit like that. Like, they all had some
No.
really, maybe not Tremor, but either way, they all had some like really dirty stuff, right? And that's what made them top.
Yeah.
Whereas Piercing's like just
Just
above
complete
average in
neutral
every
game.
regard, yeah.
Like
So,
your piercing's like a cabal in a sense, where she just got everything.
yeah, she's makes you think about things wherever you are on the screen.
Yeah.
But
mm, yep.
yeah, I don't know. I think she's very good, obviously. There was something else I was going to mention, but I really can't remember it now. Doesn't matter. We've talked about Mileena for too long, I think.
She's good. We know she's good, but you have to know the match inside and out.
Oh, what I was going to
Yeah.
say was that she's harder to she's harder to succeed with if you just pick her up. You need to know how to play fighting games to succeed with Mileena. You don't need to know fighting games to succeed with someone like Quan Chi pre-patch.
Yeah, true.
Like
Yeah,
there's tools that some characters have in this game that I see you
that just
smiling, Vlad.
mitigates.
Yeah, that mitigate like there's some tools characters have that means I don't need to know what I'm doing in a fighting game, but this is still gonna hit people. Whereas Molina's
Yeah,
not that character.
yeah. Like this, like seriously, like the thing that breaks fighting games is just like forced guesses.
Yeah.
When you break the fighting game to like a standard 50-50, that's that's the meta breaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Mileena doesn't have that. She just she gives you really good tools. So if you know how to play basic fighting games, you can do well with her.
I think
And if you don't know how to fight against her, she'll destroy you.
yeah, exactly. So we're pushing on for time. I don't think I have any other like designated topics. Was there anything else that anyone wanted to have a chat about before we wrap things up?
Googie, you got anything? Because I've got a question from Dan I want to bring up later, but let's see if you guys have anything first.
Is everyone excited for BAM?
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking hard. Actually, wait,
Yeah,
let's go through this, right? Can we set up some exhibitions right now? Like, as in, like, official exhibitions that
Hmm.
we just, like, have set in stone for Friday
Aaron,
night?
I'm gonna pass the helm to you. I'll be back in a minute.
Alright.
You can
Okay,
dictate
but
this
like,
bit.
the one I really want to do right now, I want to do James vs. Qua. Or, I just want to do a Sub-Zero, like, Royal Rumble between Qua, James, and Pana. Like, for the official Grandmaster of Australia, right? I want to see this.
Yeah,
It's
we
gonna be like,
should. We should
fucking,
definitely do something like that.
round robin or some shit, but we gotta do it.
Mm,
We're gonna
yeah,
settle this crap.
something like that. Settle it once
Uh,
and for all.
what else is there? We can run Blake versus Justin if Justin comes. I'm not sure if Justin's coming or not.
Okay.
Um, who else is there? Fuck. What's another good exhibition to set up?
We'll
I
obviously
definitely
need
want
a
to find.
5v5 team tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, same as for sure.
either a 3v3 or a state to state.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I
I
think the
was
state by
hoping.
state, but how are we gonna factor in like Queensland and then South Australia?
They can
Yeah,
like the miscellaneous.
we
Miss
could
subs.
add. We could just like combine them, Brisbane
Yeah.
and SA, the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Um,
the things are too small. But you got
Yeah.
Hamish and Blake from Queensland coming down. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's not enough for a 5. The
Fair
Baxter
enough.
as well, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll figure something out for like we're definitely gonna do 5v5 at least.
Yeah, we'll discuss it on the forums in the next
Yeah.
week or so as well. See if there's anything people are dying for.
Yeah, but for sure, again, Sub-Zero Royal Rumble, right, between the 3 Grandmasters.
Yeah, that's been a topic too long.
Yeah.
That hasn't been settled.
Oh man, goddamn, James got bodied yesterday.
Yeah, he got absolutely wrecked.
Oh, dude, he tried to anti a
Oh
stand
my-
one every time. He ate the jump in one. Oh my god, we're just telling you,
Yeah.
stop trying to anti it.
Man, Qual was just abusing the shit out of that jump in. Like he
Jump
just
one's still so dumb. Oh.
run in, jump.
Yeah, because if he doesn't stop it, like, then why stop?
Yeah,
There's no reason.
keep
Like, if
going.
it's working, don't stop. Fucking James,
Yeah.
we're screaming at him. Stop trying to anti a stand one. Then up
Oh.
every time.
That was hilarious.
Oh. But yeah. What else? I think Jake is not back here. But anyways, I'll bring up the question that Dan asked.
I'm here.
Right?
I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, back now? Yeah. So
ahead.
we'll think of exhibition matches later. But for now, just the Sub-Zero Royal Rumble. Alright. So Dan asked, right? Dan's like, how do you go about training in footsies and neutral? How do you improve your neutral game for footsie game?
That's a tough one. Because I don't know if I have done anything in particular apart from play fighting games for a long time. Certain
It depends on your character, man. Some characters
Absolutely.
don't. Characters make you play different, and you
Like,
can't.
let's say you got an average character who has a decent, like, his average
Actually-
footsie tools.
I'll I think I might have a good answer for this. A lot of the way I learnt footsies early on was through playing with people, right? So there was this really memorable moment that I had when I really woke up to footsies was played, and it was actually my first US trip. I went to a little local in SoCal, and I played Hitbox Tyrant, right? I must have played. I played him in this tournament. I played him in like the second round, and then they added more entries, so they had to reset the whole thing, right? So I lost to him first, like 3-1 or something. They reset the whole thing. I played him again. I lost to him. I made it all the way to grand finals from losers. And I played him again in grand finals. So I had like 3 games against him, and I was actually playing Cassie, and she had like a godlike back one, right? So like a godlike mid. And what I noticed, and this is the first time I ever noticed ever playing MKX, was when I run in back one, he would just do standing 1, 2, 3, and catch my back one. It wasn't a whiff punish. It was just like a,
Like a counter hit.
He knew it was, like it was just a counter hit. So, and I was like, I've never had that done to me before. So a lot of, for me, a lot of footsies and whiff punishing, like that moment really opened my eyes in anticipating what your opponent's going to do and press buttons. To either whiff punish it or interrupt it early on. And no one ever did that to me before. So
Yeah, so I guess if you break down footsies, like there was a big argument about it on TYM, like I think last year for Injustice or something, right? And footsies in there is just it's still a guessing game. It's just like what button does he like to stick out of this range, and what button of yours beats that button.
Yeah. You definitely have to notice what people are pressing at what ranges.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. And who does he play? Eric?
Dan's playing. He's going to a character crisis as well, man. He plays everyone.
Kung Jin and Imposter.
Yeah, that's his current team right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, because the other day when I was playing him with my Ermac, with my Mystic Ermac, like on Friday, right? You know Shinnok's Ford 2, the one that steps forward like crazy in Imposter. I think it's like 3/4 screen range, right?
Yep.
And like I would whiff punish every time I'm back one, and he's he was noticing like holy crap, I can't believe whiff punish considering the range of it. But again, like
so it's
footsies is just a guessing game. It's just like understanding from this range, that's your optimal option. So you can make an educated guess that they'll be pressing that button. So then you stick your button out in anticipation that they're doing that.
Yeah, and obviously with you, I noticed that you do that a lot. Is that you're positioning yourself right out of range for his forward 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're either moving back slightly, so that you can catch it with back 1. So that's something he has to adjust to. And that means that he has to either run in a little bit closer before he throws it in. Yeah.
But like that's what the whole metagame becomes after. Like, because the big thing about MKX is run. Run messes up your standard footsie game. If you you can be a master of space and holding that range, but in a split second they'll be inside your range because of run.
Yeah.
But because of run, because you can't control how far you go, as well as like walking, right? If you know someone's gonna run, like in MK, you stick your button out early, and again you can't hit them because they ran, their button comes out a bit slower. Actually, I was telling Vlad at SXC, and it was like, no, you can't do it. And it proved me wrong, right? It was like you can't do it in reaction. It's more
You're a full retard for even thinking that you could do that.
Yeah, it's definitely
as a read,
as a read. And a lot of people who have got like advancing mids, you can interrupt that.
Like, man, like what's it called?
Against Taz, for example, there'll be situations where it's easy with Quan because it's like I can backdash at certain ranges, and like if he does forward, if I see that he's gonna run in forward 1-1, I can backdash and then punish him while the second into forward 1-1's coming out. Whereas like there'd be other times against Mileena, which is like the backdash is a safer way to deal with it, which is why we see Aaron do it a lot because subs got the backdash to complement that. So if he's not already in that space, he can create the space to whiff punish. But other times I'll be like, he's gonna run in. When he forward ones, he's gonna be, right next to me. So if I start doing my 1-2-3 string right now, he's gonna go straight into it, and it happens. Like I just preemptively 1-2-3. I have plenty of time to hit confirm it, and suddenly his forward 1 turns into 35% for me. So it's about understanding ranges. But then at other times, he might run a tiny bit further, and it just destroys me because I miss time. So it's a risk.
But it's because it's all reads. It's just like how far is he going to run?
I think the other thing is that a lot of MKX players have this tendency just to go ham. Like,
yes.
The game obviously rewards just going ham, right? It doesn't really reward staying back and patiently, with punishing and stuff like that. So a lot of players who play it, they aren't necessarily looking for the whiff punish. They're just thinking, oh shit, I've got to pressure him somehow. I've got to run in and get this pressure going. So if you stay back, like Aaron is a very patient player, and so he's very good at whiff punishing. So he stays back a lot, and a lot of players don't do that.
Yeah.
So like one thing you could do to practice this is in casual games, don't go as ham. Just try to play a little bit more defensively and see what you can come up with.
Yeah. Because Shinnok's backdash is pretty good too, right?
Yeah, it's decent. It's above average.
So you could potentially be doing shit like baiting a run in back backdash for
Yeah.
2-1 or whatever. But what I was gonna say was it kind of pays to play both extremes in terms of players if you're trying to improve your footsies. Play the players that have no idea about footsies and the players that have got like of footsies. If you just play
Mm.
Aaron, for example, it might be hard for you to develop your footsie game because it might be harder for you to identify what you're doing wrong and how to improve it. Whereas if you play a whole
Mm.
bunch of people that are jumping in at the wrong range and blah 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 blah, you'll develop your own strategies to deal with certain bad approaches that people have, and you'll start to develop a better sense of where you want to be on the screen, where you want your character to be, a better sense of how to anti-air from every range, a better sense of how to trip guard if you're
Mm.
out of anti-air range, a better sense of how to punish run-ins, all that stuff
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
get from playing characters, uh, players who aren't as well established with their spacing and stuff, as well as
Yeah.
players who are better. So yeah, it's about also just being actively aware of your options and what's going wrong if you get outspaced and all that crap as well. But I think
Yeah.
in terms of at least with Imposter Chinook, you got a good tool set to work with in terms of footsies.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If you improve your footsie game, yeah, just like get a character that plays defensively and like this practice with punishing like against an overly
Yeah.
aggressive player. Again, like
Yeah.
it like the MK footsie game is punishing run-in and with like punishing it like a overzealous run-in with punishing normals and
mm,
anti-airing. If you just focus on those three things, you can improve your neutral game in MKX.
yeah,
But like seriously,
Yeah.
with those three alone, you can beat like 90% of people online. Because
like
everyone just
that's
likes to run in, everyone
That's
likes
the
to jump in.
thing. Like in terms of me in the last few weeks, like one of my big focuses has been uh trying to punish run-ins, trying to identify when I can get normals in between people's with strings, shit like that. And it's helped a lot. Like when you have confidence in, oh, they're mid, they're in between a string, but I know that I've
Yeah,
got time to stick a button out in between their
yeah,
string. It's so good.
yeah.
It's such a good feeling. And it,
Actually, yeah, if you guys want an example of all this stuff, if you look at one of my streams when I was like helping Frank train,
yeah.
like if you I was with punishing Codal's forward one and back one using Johnny's 1-2 and shit constantly. Again, just like understanding your ranges and just trusting that from this range stuff will whiff. So just be confident that you're at the right space.
Exactly. And the other thing to be careful of is because of the nature of run-ins and advancing strings and stuff, even if you're using a character whose best tool is one of those advancing strings, it's not always your best with Punisher. Because if you're pushing yourself into the range of their button, instead of
Yeah,
sitting back and catching the tail end of their hitbox, you're going to push yourself into it and get hit.
yeah,
So
yeah,
one of the things I've been exploring with Quan, and I was talking to Aaron about it, is using his back one sword, which is like this backwards upraising thing, um, which has turned out to be a really good whiff punisher because instead of move forward and do stuff like back 1-2, which is a good spacing tool, blah blah blah, you sit in the same spot and you don't extend your hurt box at all, and you suddenly just have this object out with punishing someone as opposed to extending your box forward and getting hit, even though they're like
yeah,
similar startup frames.
Mm.
Lots of things to consider, people.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, for anyone who actually like does listen to this part, like if you're looking for a whiff punish button, nine times out of 10 it's gonna be back one. All right, for like every character, it's always back one.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
Good way to bait people into running into is find the gaps in their string,
Yeah,
backdash it, walk back slightly, and then they'll run into you always.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, actually, yeah. One other thing, okay, Jacob, like when you're playing a game, you can feel the tempo of the game. You can feel the momentum of the game, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So whenever you're at that like three-quarter screen space where where you're both like like jostling back and forth in the neutral, you
Yeah.
can feel when a run is coming. Like
Yeah.
there's like a dead silence for a while. He's like, okay, the run is coming very soon. Like unless you're playing a heavy zone, you know exactly when a run's gonna come. And also, you're just watching for the start of the animations, you can catch the run.
Yeah. 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 For sure.
Yeah, like as a new player, maybe you can't do it yet, but over time, as you get more experience, you can definitely feel the momentum of the game, so you can understand like when are they likely to run. So it's easier to make reads and predictions
Yep.
on on how they're gonna approach you.
Like if you're playing Johnny, they're always going to run in 4-3.
Yep.
Like I think I tweeted the other day, it was something like, in terms of Johnny's I've played online, I'm like 100% success rate for walk back with punish on the 4-3 at round start. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. They're so overzealous with 4-3 because it's such a good tool, but it's like it takes nothing to whiff punish it.
Actually, that's one other thing, right? Like, everyone is always going crazy that Johnny's 4-3 is broken because you can cancel one whiff.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that bad because the window is still pretty big to whiff punish it before we can actually cancel it. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Just I don't know. Like, again, we're behind. I guess we don't have played enough Johnny, so we can't really say. But I don't
Yeah.
think it's that bad. The fact that like unless you're like super late, he's gonna dash and backdash. But
Oh,
otherwise, it's not that bad.
quick side note. What's the opinions of I'm a firm believer of Shinnok Impost as a possible sleeper top tier. What are people's thoughts
Yeah,
on that?
dude. Like if you God, like Dan's imposter at expand Gong.
Holy shit, his instant air teleports are insane.
Yeah, instant teleport coupled with a new jump one buff where you can do
Exactly.
forward one to get. Dude, you get like free mix ups all fucking day.
Exactly. Free teleport into jailing
Wait,
50/50s.
they they buffed his teleport.
So his
In
teleport,
You can
KP,
jump.
KP2.
yeah,
Yeah,
you used to only be able to use neutral jump kicks and
you should
punches
up
out of
punch.
it, but now
Oh, really?
you can do jumping punches off it. So
Jesus. Okay.
you jail into his 50/50, and if your character's not good
Okay.
at, or you as a person's not good at punishing back threes, essentially got say 50/50s off like
Yeah,
anytime he wants.
yeah, yeah.
And
Like
then it's
instant
not just a
teleport's ridiculous.
50/50, it's a vortex. So then you have to guess again. So it's
Actually,
pretty
and
scary.
not just that. The instant teleport either goes in front of you or behind you based on how he chooses to.
Really?
Yep.
Jesus.
They can choose to appear in front or behind. So
I didn't even
So that's
realize that
exactly what I thought Kenshin needed, not Shinnok, but whatever.
until the next one.
yeah. Yep.
So sorry
Oh,
for the delay and the low frequency, but life happens. Sorry, Googie. What are you gonna say?
that's all good. That's all good. I wanted to say one more thing. I had a good idea for an exhibition match. I want the
Oh,
young kids against the veterans. The older
Yeah,
guys.
that's good. That's good.
We should do that. Something like
is
that.
that fair, man? Is
Yeah.
that fair?
In
Are we allowed
before
to?
in before
Can we-
Taz stuff we spoke about. Thanks
All
again,
good. All good.
Vlad and Aaron, for coming on and talking with us. We'll I
All good.
think that the aim for the next show is to go back to Thursdays like it was. And I was thinking
Yeah.
because YSB's kind of soon, it'll probably be the Thursday after YSB, and then we can talk about that and stuff.
Yeah,
So
done.
it'll be
YSB is the 30th, yeah.
so it'll be like another 2 and a bit weeks until the next one.
Yeah. Yep.
So sorry
Oh,
for the delay and the low frequency, but life happens. Sorry, Googie. What are you gonna say?
that's all good. That's all good. I wanted to say one more thing. I had a good idea for an exhibition match. I want the
Oh,
young kids against the veterans. The older
Yeah,
guys.
that's good. That's good.
We should do that. Something like
is
that.
that fair, man? Is
Yeah.
that fair?
In
Are we
before
allowed to?
in before
Can we put our
Taz
main?
5-0s with
So,
Swarm Queen in the corner. Ugh, scary stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not
that'd
a
be
bad
good.
idea
That'd
at
be good.
all. No.
yeah.
All right.
That'd be
I
fun.
think that's about it. I suppose we should plug social media so if anyone just downloads it, they can hear it. So where can they find you at Twitter, Googie?
Googie Mona.
And
GOOGIEMONA.
and your gaming site as well?
Googie Gaming. That's on Facebook and Twitter. Same thing.
All right, sweet. So make sure to follow Googie Gaming if you want to get the latest news for Australian MKX and Street Fighter 5, as well as match footage, I believe. You've been uploading
Yep.
matches. Yep.
Actually, hey
Just
Googie, who runs Googie Gaming? Like, is Grace the one running that Twitter? Because at times they're talking about Googie in the third person. I'm like, is Googie writing the third person or is Grace writing this?
She has access to it, so only those tweets. But
Alright,
mainly
yeah.
it's me. Yeah.
No.
I
I'm
just
confused at times.
get her to. Yeah.
All right, and do you want to plug yours, Vlad? Or no?
Do you change Twitter names? Because I made mine a long time ago, and it's just Blair.
No,
Yeah,
I
I get what
don't.
I'm talking about.
I think you
Really?
have to. You can change your name, but not your at. I think you have to just make a new at.
Yeah, V
Well, I don't even
Stankowski.
know what mine is then.
I
I'm looking at it
think.
right now. It's V Stankowski at 30. V Stankowski 35.
I knew it was Blair. Yeah.
Aaron?
Mine is. That was mine. I think it's Gilbagz Song. Let me check. Yeah, at Gilbagz Song.
Oh shit, and am I Cabjoy AU or am I just Cabjoy? I think I'm just Cabjoy.
Cabjoy,
me
yeah,
check.
you just Cabjoy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking right there on the stream. Right there. I'm such a dumbass. At Cabjoy on Twitter and YouTube. Alright, so thanks again for listening, guys. This will be up on YouTube in the next couple of days with a post.
Alright,
And we'll
have a
catch you
good one.
guys next time.
See you
Goodbye.
guys.
Oh,
Bye.